I haven't seen him, but heard his stuff's electric. I just think for me, it's just want the quality of at bat to be a little bit better than it was over this past weekend.
All right, there's the manager, Dave Roberts. Yeah, Freddie Peralta, a veteran they've seen for a long time with the Brewers. Tomorrow, the Miz, Jacob Mizorowski, the young rookie on the mound against Clayton Kershaw. But first things first, game one of this series coming up. When we return here on Morongo Casino, Dodgers on deck, we'll check in with the David Vassegh as we lead you up to first pitch. Dodgers and Brewers on this Monday afternoon. I'm Tim Cates, this is the world champion Los Angeles Dodgers Audio Network.
LA's best sports star.
That's a good endorsement there.
Celebra tú también con Betcris.
Unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic.
Hey, this is Adrian Gonzalez. Daniels Jewelers is a proud sponsor of the Trip Around the Diamond and your family jeweler since 1948. Daniels is giving every fan a voucher for a free team bracelet and $50 off any $99 purchase. Visit danielsjewelers.com/baseball to get your voucher. That's danielsjewelers.com/baseball. You can redeem at any of the 100 Daniels Jewelers stores nationwide. Own the dream with Daniels Jewelers.
Want to go to college this fall? Don't let money hold you back. To be eligible for a Cal Grant and to get the most financial aid available, fill out your FAFSA or CATA by September 2nd. If you already submitted your FAFSA but only listed four-year colleges, that's okay. Just update your application to include the community college of your choice. Keep your college dreams alive and enroll now at icangotocollege.com.
If you have a sombrero, throw it to the sky.
Celebrate a baseball legend at Dodger Stadium on Saturday, July 19th versus the Milwaukee Brewers for Fernando Valenzuela Bobblehead Night. Be one of the first 40,000 fans in and take home a special Fernando Bubble presented by Bank of America. He was a cultural phenomenon, a Mexican-born star who broke barriers and made history as the first player to win the Rookie of the Year and Cy Young Award in the same season. For tickets and information, visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
As we were saying,
this is Morongo Casino Dodgers on deck on the official home of LA Dodgers baseball.
It's the Dodgers and the Brewers. Dodgers' final road trip before the All-Star break. Yoshinobu Yamamoto on the mound. Freddie Peralta will go for the Brewers. First pitch coming up at 4:40.
Joining Tim Cates on Dodgers on Deck.
I accept everybody for who they are.
This is Dodger Insider David Vassegh.
Well, those who missed it yesterday right here on Dodgers on Deck, we were talking about all-star reserves and pitchers, and David Vassegh said it wouldn't be kind of nice if Rob Manfred brought Clayton Kershaw to the All-Star game in Atlanta, and lo and behold, a few hours later, Rob Manfred picked him as a legendary pick for the All-Star game. Now, David, how is he feeling about this? Could we maybe actually see Clayton pitch in Atlanta?
Yeah, right now it seems like he will pitch, because when I talked to him about 3 days ago, he was trying to figure out when he may pitch.
Guess who that is? Roger McDowell.
Check him out. He has his uniform on upside down with the shoes on the hand, and it looks like he's walking on his hands. Has his cap hanging down. That's supposed to be his head. Well, the Mets really trying to turn it around. They do, however, trail in this ball game 4-0. I love that.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the
between them and Kershaw. Kershaw has not made any sort of announcement that this is his last season, so Rob Manfred just took it upon himself just in case.
David is brought to you by the 2025 Ford F-150 from California's best-selling truck brand. It's time to see Ford in a new light. Ford, for America, from America. More on the All-Star game, David. Andy Pye has not selected as a reserve for the National League. There's a logjam there in the outfield, but what are the chances you think he still makes it to Atlanta?
I think there's a chance if somebody gets hurt and maybe...
I was so inspired by what you were making that I want to do my own all-star ballpark bite, but I'm thinking we take some of that brisket that you make, and I'm going to do like a little slider. Got the pepper jack cheese, some...
When you want Dodgers, the only home is AM 570 LA Sports.
Every Dodgers legend started out as a rookie, but they went on to become the best in baseball. They left behind a legacy of determination, skill, and love of the game. With the right retirement game plan, you too can leave a legacy. From saving early on to having income during retirement, Security Benefit can help you save for your future and leave a legacy for those you love. Security Benefit, proud sponsor of the LA Dodgers.
Another pitch, another play, and another legendary moment with the boys in blue. But what makes the game even better? A beer that's beyond ordinary. Asahi Super Dry. With its crisp, clean taste and bold character, Asahi goes beyond what you expect in a beer. It's a drink for those who crave more. So whether you're cheering for a walk-off or just exploring new experiences, grab an Asahi Super Dry and go beyond the ordinary. Because with Asahi, it's always beyond expect. Asahi Super Dry. Always drink responsibly.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Hey, that's the spirit. Right now, we're celebrating free with a free STP oil filter when you buy 5 quarts of oil and free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 rotors. Like always, free battery testing, charging, and recycling at every store. Celebrate free at AutoZone now through July 28th.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
This day in Dodger history.
Place in history? Got that.
July 7th, 1953. The Dodgers set a major league mark for the most consecutive games with a home run, as they do it for the 24th consecutive contest. Preacher Rowe hits the record-breaking homer in the 3rd inning of a 9-5 victory over the Pirates. As we reflect on the past, it's important to plan for the future. Empower yourself and empower your family. Start the conversation about aging and find resources at aging.ca.gov. This is Morongo Casino Dodgers on deck. On your home for LA Dodgers baseball.
Dodgers in Milwaukee on this Monday afternoon as they start a 3-game set with the Brewers. Yoshinobu Yamamoto and Freddie Peralta, the pitching matchup. First pitch coming up at 4:40.
Hot dogs here. Not a ball game without a hot dog. Who wants a hot dog?
It's time for the Hoffy Magical Moment.
It's magical.
It was magical.
Presented by Hoffy Hot Dogs.
We go back to 1975 till Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where the Dodgers are right now for this 3-game series. The 1975 All-Star Game. National League against the American League. Steve Garvey, Jimmy Wynn, back-to-back jacks.
Consistency is the best term to describe Garvey. Hitting .318, 11 homers, 56 runs batted in. There's a long drive. That one's deep. It is going. It is gone. A home run. The league has jumped off to a 1-0 lead, and Garvey is making a bid to win the Most Valuable Player Award of the All-Star Game again. He won it last year. Curve. There's a high drive in the deep left. Rudy's backing up. That one is gone. Sort of kept sailing. Back back-to-back home runs by Dodgers. Steve Garvey and Jimmy Wynn.
Kurt Gowdy on the call. Steve Garvey and Jimmy Wynn go back-to-back for the National League off Vida Blue in the 1975 All-Star Game, in which the National League would prevail 6-3 over the American League. This Hoffy Magical Moment brought to you by Hoffy Hot Dogs. Hoffy, SoCal's local treasure for nearly 100 years. Hoffy Hot Dogs, local and so great. When we continue here on Dodgers on Deck, we'll check back in with Rick Monday for leading you up to first pitch for Milwaukee, Dodgers, and the Brewers. I'm Tim Cates, and this is the world champion Los Angeles Dodgers Audio Network.
LA's best sports star.
That's a good endorsement there.
AM 570 LA Sports.
Hey, LA County. Anthony Bonda here with a World Series message about keeping LA clean. Trash and bulky items left on our streets is a major league foul, so step up to the mound and strike out illegal dumping. Be a county MVP and report illegal dumping by calling 888-CLEAN-LA and schedule free bulky item pickups with your waste hauler. Together we can help keep LA County safe and clean. Visit cleanla.com for more. This message is brought to you by LA County Public Works.
AM 570.
After Colin Cowherd, it's Rogan and Rodney.
The Lakers don't want to win now. The Lakers have no desire to win now.
No.
If they had no desire, then they wouldn't pay LeBron $52 million. I thought, what a weird thing to say.
It wasn't trading for Luka a win-now move.
What you're saying is LeBron's not flavor of the month at 31 flavors anymore, and we got to let you know he's still here.
Fred Rogan and Rodney Peete, weekdays at noon on AM 570 LA Sports and podcasting wherever you listen.
At UCLA Health, discovery and innovation lead to the best care. Our doctors and nurses work tirelessly every day to bring you the best experience so you can live your best life. It's why we're consistently ranked as a top hospital nationwide for 33 consecutive years by U.S. News and World Report. Go to uclahealth.org to schedule an appointment today at one of over 250 locations in Southern California.
Celebrate summer with $2 off a Zenshi Sushi Hybrid Mini Platter. 12 handcrafted pieces, including favorites like the Ultimate Tuna Chile Roll, Crunchy Tempura Roll, and Tuna Nigiri. Find us at your local Ralph's near the deli counter and look for the $2 off sticker. No membership required. Valid between $6.25 and $7.29. Perfect as a meal or to share with friends. Zenshi Sushi. Fresh, affordable, and packed with flavor. Stop by your local Ralph's and get $2 off a Zenshi Sushi Hybrid Platter today.
This is Morongo Casino Dodgers on Deck. On your home for the blue all season long.
It's the Dodgers and the Milwaukee Brewers on this Monday afternoon. Yoshinobu Yamamoto named to the National League All-Star team, taking on Freddie Peralta. Time now for the Verizon startup, as we are a little bit more than 30 minutes away from the start of the game in Milwaukee. Now at Verizon, you can lock in your low price for 3 years, so you can save big. Visit the Verizon store today.
And now, joined by David Massey, here's LA Dodgers broadcaster and World Series champion Dodger, Rick Monday.
Well, obviously, Rick Monday has a lot more experience and wisdom than I ever had, and I just want to impart and maybe turn the tables around. Rick, I just want to give you a piece of advice. Don't go down that slide in left field.
Well, hey. It comes from the expert, does it not? In fact, I'm looking at it right now, just off the foul line, down the left field line here in Milwaukee at American Family Field. And my understanding is, too, David, that they have put some type of a new coating on the slide to where, A, it's not as fast coming down as it was, because when you came down, quite frankly, it was like grease lightning. And I understand that they've also padded the bottom, the landing area, much, much better. So that would be safe, but you're absolutely right. There is a miniature slide, is there not, outside in a children's area here at the stadium?
And that's right. The year after I broke my wrist and ribs, returned and went down the kids' slide.
All right, Ryan, PSA dove in. Do we have them graded?
We do. This is the first set of graded cards from the 2024 Topps MLB Network set.
I'm so excited about this.
Yeah.
Now, they all have the same grade, or?
No.
So one of us will be like the highest graded card.
Could be. There could be multiple. So first up, we got Mark DeRosa.
Of course, D-Rose a 10 out of 10. Handsome, athletic. All right.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Going to be that long a period of time this year, but in his absence in those 80 games last year, the supporting cast of Kike Hernandez, Chris Taylor, Miguel Rojas, and Kevin Biggio also filled in at third base. Collectively, they hit just .206, and they need better production since Muncy is missing. They're going to need some better production offensively.
We'll see how the Dodgers fare in this series. They are facing another really good team that is playing really well.
Yeah,
Rick,
what is nice, too, David, very quickly before I let you go, two all-star pitchers going against one another tonight should be interesting.
Should be Yamamoto against Freddie Peralta. Tim, we'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right, thanks a lot, DV. Thanks a lot, Mo. That's the Dodgers game plan. Dodger fans, you need a game plan, too. Start your future at California Community College. Financial aid's available to help you with tuition, books, and sometimes even the rent. No excuses. It's time to take that next big step. Classes can fill up quickly, so enroll today at ICanGoToCollege.com. Still to come here on Dodgers on Deck, we'll get you a preview of this all-star pitching matchup. Tim Neverett, Rick Monday will be back with the keys to the game, but up next, we go high and tight with Tommy Edman. Dodgers, Brewers from Milwaukee on this Monday. First pitch at 4:40. I'm Tim Cates, the world champion Los Angeles Dodgers Audio Network.
AM 570. LA's best sports talk.
The real home of the Dodgers.
Your health is our priority at LA Care Health Plan. You may be eligible for free Medi-Cal coverage if you meet income requirements. Connect with us today to see if you qualify. We speak multiple languages, including Spanish, Mandarin, Russian, and more. Visit lacare.org/medi-cal today.
More than ever, you need a friend in the auto business, and Galpin Ford has been that friend for 8 decades and counting, helping families throughout Southern California find the perfect car, truck, or SUV. And it starts with the Bachman family, who have built a culture centered around you, the customer. That approach made Galpin Ford the largest volume Ford dealer in the world. The same approach applies to every Galpin brand, all 12 of them. You design your buying experience. Do it all online with at-home delivery, shop online and pick up your new car in person, or come to Galpin Ford off the 405 at Roscoe and experience the world-class treatment that thousands receive every month. It starts at Galpin.com.
It's time for Dodgers baseball with Tito's Handmade Vodka. Which means it's time to grab an ice-cold Tito's and lemonade and cheer on our boys with a cocktail that bats 1,000. This season, paint the town blue with Tito's, America's favorite vodka for America's favorite pastime. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Your car is an important part of your life, so make sure you're taking care of it. That's why I go to Valvoline Instant Oil Change. home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change, where they offer stay-in-your-car service while you wait. Locations all over Southern California. SoCalValvoline.com.
We want to remind you that every time the Dodgers win, Cars for Kids wins because we're making a donation. And you should too. Donate that old car to Cars for Kids now. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS today, and they'll pick up your car as soon as tomorrow. It's the quickest, easiest way to get rid of your unused vehicle. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS or go to carsforkids.org. That's 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS or go to carsforkids.org. Remember, that's Cars with a K.
Every Dodgers legend started out as a rookie, but they went on to become the best in baseball. They left behind a legacy of determination, skill, and love of the game. With the right retirement game plan, you too can leave a legacy. From saving early on to having income during retirement, Security Benefit can help you save for your future and leave a legacy for those you love. Security Benefit, proud sponsor of the LA Dodgers.
Celebrate the boys in blue at Dodger Stadium on Monday, July 21st versus the Minnesota Twins for World Champion Player Rings Night. Be one of the first 40,000 fans in and take home a special World Champion Player Ring presented by Budweiser. This isn't just a giveaway. It's your chance to relive the glory of the 2024 postseason finale and hold a piece of Dodgers history. Feel the championship pride and slide into the ballpark with your favorite people for an unforgettable night. For tickets and information, visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
As we were saying,
this is Morongo Casino Dodgers on Deck on the official home of LA Dodgers baseball.
It's the Dodgers and the Brewers from Milwaukee. A final road trip before the All-Star break. Yoshinobu Yamamoto and Freddie Peralta, the pitching matchup. Two pair All-Stars who will be going to Atlanta. First pitch coming up at 4:40. Celebrate summer with $2 off a Zenshi Sushi Hybrid Mini Platter. Yeah, 12 handcrafted pieces, including favorites like the Ultimate Tuna Chili Roll, the Crunchy Tempura Roll. Find it at your local Ralph's right next to the deli counter. Look for that $2 off sticker. No membership required. Valid through July 29th. Perfect as a meal, or you can share it with your friends. Zenshi Sushi is fresh, affordable, and packed with flavor at every single bite. It is made fresh on-site by fresh employees that know what they're doing. Stop by your local Ralph's and get $2 off a Zenshi Sushi Hybrid Mini Platter today.
David Vassay. And now, what will likely be Vassay fielding insults from a Dodger player.
It's an engagement of endearment.
This is High and Tight.
Well, Tommy Edman's a Swiss Army knife. He's been able to play a lot of different positions in his career and now is starting to get familiar with third base again. Tommy, thanks a lot for the time. Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Anytime.
Have you and the hot corner reintroduced yourselves to each other?
Yeah, I just got a few ground balls today. Did some drill work over there and, just trying to get my feet under me and get a bunch of reps in.
What's the biggest adjustment to play that position compared to playing up the middle?
I think just the speed that balls get you at. You get different hops, more kind of top spinners and 1 and 2 hoppers. So just getting familiar with the types of ground balls that you're going to get over there.
I checked out how many times you played there. You played there the last time in 22. How comfortable were you there?
Yeah, I played there a bunch, especially in my first few years after getting called up. So it's a position I'm familiar with. Played there in the minors as well, so it's not like I'm learning a brand new position.
You're being forced to play there because of the unfortunate injury to Max Muncy. How tough was it to see him go down like that?
Yeah, it stinks. To see a guy go down like that and grab his knee, mind immediately goes to the worst. And, we're very fortunate. He's very fortunate that it ended up not being as bad as it could have been. It stinks because he's a great hitter, unbelievable player. But we're glad that we're going to be able to get him back this year.
I'm going to throw out a restaurant kitchen term to you, and then hit me with the baseball one. I'll start first.
Okay.
Mise en place.
Oh, mise en place. That is, as the chef, you put all your different ingredients out, kind of before you start cooking, right?
You got it, man. Yeah. That's the most important
That's a tough one. I hear this one a lot because of my name, can of corn.
Easy fly ball.
to hit as far as a ceiling this year?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we've been playing really good baseball the last few weeks. I think we can get even better. I feel like we still really haven't completely clicked as a team, and still have one of the better records in baseball. So I think there is definitely room to improve, and hopefully we'll continue to do that over the course of the year.
You guys have the most come from behind victories this year in Major League Baseball. How good is this offense right now, and how much better can it be considering you're so good and we all feel like how much more is there?
Yeah, I think we definitely have more in the tank, and like you're saying, we got a bunch of guys that don't give up regardless of the score, and we just keep on fighting, putting together good at bats, and it kind of results in getting those come from behind victories that you talked about, and also our pitching doing a good job of keeping us in the game once, even if we're behind.
All right, Tommy. Thanks a lot for the time. I love talking baseball with you. I know you're a humble guy, understated guy, but you're a wealth of knowledge, so thank you for the time.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Good chatting baseball with you, too.
The man, Tommy Edman, and he'll receive a gift card to Javier's, the staple in Newport, a new location in downtown, and coming soon to Pasadena, Tommy Edman.
Let's go. I'm excited. Can't wait to get some fajitas.
There he goes, Tommy Edman. We'll send it back to you in the studio, Tim.
All right, thanks a lot, DV. Tommy Edman, yeah, it's going to be a big instrumental player for this Dodgers team here in the second half of the season, especially with Max Muncy on the injured list, going to get more reps at third base. How versatile is this guy? Can play center field, shortstop, second base, now third base for the Dodgers, and hopefully going to start heating up at the plate as well. Dodgers Baseball is brought to you by Shakey's Pizza Parlor, the official pizza partner of the Dodgers audio broadcast. When it's game day, it's group day at Shakey's.com. We're leading you up to first pitch from Milwaukee. Up next, we'll dive deeper into this pitching matchup. Don't go anywhere. I'm Tim Cates. This is the world champion Los Angeles Dodgers Audio Network.
When you want Dodgers, the only home is AM 570 LA Sports.
Hey, this is Adrian Gonzalez. Daniel's Jewelers is a proud sponsor of the Trip Around the Diamond and your family jeweler since 1948. Daniel's is giving every fan a voucher for a free team bracelet and $50 off any $99 purchase. Visit danielsjewelers.com/baseball to get your voucher. That's danielsjewelers.com/baseball. You can redeem at any of the 100 Daniel's Jewelers stores nationwide. Own the dream with Daniel's Jewelers.
When it's game on, it's time for Shakey's Pizza, Chicken, and Mojo's. The triple play of flavor. With meal deal packages to feed any size group. Everyone loves Shakey's classic thin crust pizza, golden fried chicken, and crispy Mojo potatoes. Get it to go at Shakey's.com or watch the game at your local Shakey's with an ice cold pitcher of beer, piping hot pizza, and a mountain of Mojos. Share the good times at Shakey's today.
Hey Dodger fans, in the game of life with its home runs, curveballs, and strikes, the LA County Department of Mental Health has you covered. If you ever feel anxious, overwhelmed, or need immediate help, we are here for you. The Department of Mental Health offers free emotional support, service referrals, and crisis counseling. Call our 24/7 helpline at 1-800-854-7771. That's 1-800-854-7771. Or visit dmh.lacounty.gov.
It's Andre here. Summer's here, and it's the perfect time to kick back, relax, and fire up the grill with friends and family. My amigos at Superior Grocers have made it easy with a wide variety of fresh quality beef, pork, and poultry. Always tender and juicy and flavorful. Superior Grocers has all of your grilling needs and sides. Fresh corn, watermelon, soda, fresh tortillas, and more. Come in today and stock up on all your grilling essentials. For the latest deals and specials, download the Superior Grocers app. Superior Grocers. Quality, variety, and value.
This is Morongo Casino Dodgers on deck. On your home for LA Dodgers baseball.
Dodgers and Brewers, first pitch from Milwaukee coming up at 4:40.
And now, before the Dodgers hit the diamond, we look at the pitching matchup.
Presented by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Work hard and play hard in a new Tacoma with an I-Force turbocharged engine. It's a truck built for the bold. See your Toyota dealer today. They make it easy.
I was so inspired by what you were making that I want to do my own all-star ballpark bite but I'm thinking we take some of that brisket that you make, and I'm gonna do like a little slider. Got the pepper jack cheese, some American, get it going with some of the barbecue sauce that you have, that spicy, delicious one, and then caramelized onions. Make like a little sandwich. We cool?
Sound like a plan.
I think we did good.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chef.
The newfangled idea of the time was night games, and teams thought that the shiny material of satin would reflect the stadium lights better. But satin comes with all kinds of issues. Despite all its drawbacks, this shiny material really does create a show-stopping jersey.
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
With features like an off-road cut front bumper and 2-inch factory lift, no roads are no problem. Looking for a bold and sporty high-performance pickup? That's RST. From its aggressive style to its responsive feel, it's an energizing presence that really stands out. And for the ultimate combination of luxury and capability, there's High Country, offering premium leather seating and a 5.3-liter V8 engine, so you're both comfortable and in command. Stop by and drive one home today, or shop now at SoCalChevy.com. Based on S&P Global Mobility new retail registrations using large pickup segmentation. Call 844-55-CHEVY or see dealer for details.
This is Morongo Casino Dodgers on deck. On your home for the Blue all season long.
It's the Dodgers and the Brewers from Milwaukee. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, All-Star. Freddie Peralta, All-Star, squaring off here in this series opener before first pitch. So let's head back out to the booth. The two guys on the call, Tim Neverett, Rick Monday. Go ahead.
Tim, thanks again. We're getting you ready for this one tonight. Game one of a 3-game set between the Dodgers and the Milwaukee Brewers. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, 8-6 and a 2.51 ERA, headed to the All-Star game. There is some conversation going on about whether or not he will pitch again on Sunday. So having a start here tonight, and he may get one more before the All-Star break on the last day of the first half.
Yeah, two guys that have been named to the All-Star team, and for Freddie Peralta on the other side. I think for Yamamoto also, what he's done really outstanding. Hitters leading off innings this year, they're hitting just 155. That's the second best in Major League Baseball. So he does not give really a running start to other ball clubs. And for Freddie Peralta, one thing the Dodgers need to understand, he goes a 3-ball count to 1 out of every 4 hitters that he's had so far this season. So don't go chasing, but that's easier said than done, because a lot of hitters chase the breaking ball. He's been lights out with that pitch, in particular the changeup.
And Peralta tied for first in wins in the National League with Matthew Boyd of Chicago, who's 9-1, and also Nick Pivetta of the Padres, who's 9-3. But a 9-4 record and a 2.91 ERA. He has won each of his last 4 starts, and he has been very, very durable and has gone at least 5 innings in 17 of his 18 prior starts. So it's Peralta against Yamamoto, game 1 here in Milwaukee, Tim.
All right, first pitch is coming up next. Dodgers looking to get rid of this 3-game losing streak. over the weekend. It's the final road trip before the All-Star break. 3 games in Milwaukee, 3 games in San Francisco over the weekend. Tyler Glasnow expected to get off the injured list, make the start on Wednesday. Clayton Kershaw will go tomorrow. Yoshinobu Yamamoto gets the start tonight. Dodgers going into play in Milwaukee, 56-35. Currently a 7-game lead over both the Padres and the Giants in the Western Division of the National League. Both teams in action later on tonight at home in San Diego and San Francisco. First pitch from Milwaukee is next. This has been Morongo Casino, Dodgers on Deck on the world champion Los Angeles Dodgers Audio Network.
World champions once again, my friend.
World Series champion Los Angeles Dodgers.
This is just the beginning of this team's title window.
Get out the way, get out the way, get out the way, yeah.
This has been Morongo Casino, Dodgers on Deck on the world champion Dodgers Audio Network.
You either with me or against me, though.
Living out their dream.
They've added even more.
Now we go for 2 in a row.
Win, 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 win. Yeah. Curve everything else. Win, 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 win.
In the backyard and dreaming about this moment.
Start chasing that chip. Stop. Win, 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 win.
This has been Morongo Casino, Dodgers on Deck, the MVP for fun, food, and good times. Dodgers baseball is brought to you by Superior Grocers.
Quality, variety, and value.
Shakey's Pizza.
Get more meal for deal at Shakey's.com.
And by Estrella Jalisco.
Back-to-back home runs in the bottom of the ninth.
First pitch is just moments away on your home of the world.
So the reason I got to Cooperstown is because I played with Cal and I played with Eddie and I played with some of the greatest players ever. And, you know, I just had to figure out how I did my job, and I was honored to have some of the best players that ever played put on uniforms, and they happen to be Oriole uniforms. If there's ever any doubt that I'm 78, all I got to do is look at my old cards and I know.
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
Silverado with 9 unique trims to choose from, including ZR2, designed for maximum off-road performance and capability. With features like an off-road cut front bumper and 2-inch factory lift, no roads are no problem. Looking for a bold and sporty high-performance pickup? That's RST. From its aggressive style to its responsive feel, it's an energizing presence that really stands out. And for the ultimate combination of luxury and capability, there's High Country, offering premium leather seating and a 5.3-liter V8 engine, so you're both comfortable and in command. Stop by and drive one home today, or shop now at SoCalChevy.com. Based on S&P Global Mobility new retail registrations using large pickup segmentation. Call 844-55-CHEVY or see dealer for details.
Dan Patrick.
Dame Lillard, he was going to be in the playoffs with Giannis and maybe win a title. And his career in Milwaukee is over. $2 million a month to not do anything. Paying me $100 million to rehab. I'm not retiring. Hey, you want to play for the Lakers? You want to play for Oklahoma City? You want to play for Houston? He's going to be able to pick wherever he wants to go.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday morning, 6 a.m. Right here on LA's home of the world champion Dodgers.
Let's be honest. Relationships shouldn't be this hard. It's time to say goodbye, grass, because you deserve better. Break up with your lawn and upgrade to a beautiful, low-maintenance
starts at Galpin.com.
Let's go to the Galpin Motors broadcast booth.
And now your voices of the LA Dodgers.
Rick Monday and Tim Neverett.
Live from American Family Field in Milwaukee, it's the opening game of a 3-game series between your world champion Los Angeles Dodgers and the Milwaukee Brewers. Hi, everybody. Rick Monday alongside Tim Neverett and with producer engineer Dwayne McDonald as we get set to go. The roof is open. Glorious day here in Milwaukee on the shores of Lake Michigan. And for the Dodgers trying to get back into the winning swing of things, just having been swept a 3-game series at home against the Houston Astros. The Dodgers come on 7-game lead in front of both San Diego and San Francisco in the Western Division of the National League. And for the Brewers trying to close the gap in the National League Central, they trail the division-leading Chicago Cubs by 4. Lineup cards being exchanged at home plate. And for this Dodger ball club with a record of 56-35, here's Dave Roberts' starting lineup as the Brewers in the background take the field. Ohtani, the designated hitter. Mookie Betts will bat second and playing at shortstop. Freddie Freeman is at first base. Doing the catching and batting fourth, Will Smith. Andy Pages is in right field tonight. Michael Conforto starting in left. At second base, Esong Kim. Miguel Rojas is at third base. And James Outman, just recalled, will be in center field. Outman called up as Kike Hernandez has been placed on the injured list with left elbow inflammation. How long he will be out, we will wait and see. But for Outman, trying to come on now and really recapture some magic at home plate. He's hitting just 125, very limited at bats in his first trip at the big league level this year. On the mound, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who has been named to an all-star berth, as is the starting pitcher for the Brewers, Freddie Peralta. Peralta is 9-4, Yamamoto's 8-6. The Yamamoto ERA barely above 2.5, 2.51 to be exact, and the right-hander will be on the mound. The umpiring assignments, Sean Barber will work the plate to call the balls and strikes. John Lipka is at first, G.J. Rayburn umpiring at second, and the crew chief, James Hoy, is over at third. We'll join you tomorrow, same start times on the West Coast, 3:30. Morongo Casino Dodgers on Deck Show. First pitch at 4:40, and Clayton Kershaw will pitch in that game for the Dodgers. Happy to have you with us. All set to go. Dodgers and the Brewers from Milwaukee. With the play, here's Tim.
Thank you very much, Mo. Shohei Ohtani stepping in. His first at bat brought to you by Asahi Super Dry Beer, embodying the refreshing taste of modern Japan. Go beyond the expected. Brewers in their home cream uniforms, trimmed in navy blue and yellow. First pitch of the ball game is in for a called strike at 6:41 Central Time. 70 degrees, the roof is open. Time and temp brought to you by Bank of America, the official bank of the Los Angeles Dodgers. 0-1 to Ohtani. Swings, hits a little dribbler down the third base side. That's going to be a fair ball and a base hit. It rolled slowly past the bag, and with the third baseman, Caleb Durbin, playing over towards short. He had a ways to go to get to it, and the ball just died, but in fair territory, and Shohei with a leadoff single.
No, Ohtani's going to take it. That was a curveball. And again, we talked about in the pregame show, Freddie Peralta will go 3-ball count to a lot of different hitters. He will hopefully get you to chase breaking pitches with 2 strikes out of the strike zone.
Mookie Betts standing in from the right side against Peralta. First pitch up high. Well, high in the zone. It's called a strike by Sean Barber. So 0-1 to Mookie.
That's where Peralta likes to go with that fastball, too. Elevated.
Betts has hit in 4 straight games now. And a pitch to him, low and away, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Mookie. Starts the night at 252. 11 homers, 44 runs batted in. And for the first time in a while, Mookie Betts, at least for now, not scheduled to travel to Atlanta after the weekend for the All-Star festivities. Slams this one into the right center field gap, but it slices over to Sal Frelick, the right fielder, who makes the catch. And there's 1 down. A lot can happen between now and Sunday in terms of players getting injured or on the IL or whatever, but I would firmly expect the All-Star rosters to change somewhat between now and Sunday, as they do every year. Freddie Freeman with 1 out and Ohtani at first base, held on by Andrew Vaughn, former White Sox infielder. Vaughn making his first start with the Brewers, making his Brewers debut when he came over in the trade in mid-June between the Brewers and the White Sox. A pitch, and that's low to Freddie. He went straight to the minor leagues and now makes his first big league start with the Brewers. He was involved in the trade that sent Aaron Savali the other way, the pitcher who just pitched against the Dodgers for the White Sox at Dodger Stadium. Freeman hitting .307. Ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Peralta the stretch. Third base side of the rubber, the right-hander deals. Swung on and banged down to first base. Vaughn grabs it, throws to second. 1. Return feed to first. Stretch and out. Vaughn got back. 3-6-3 double play ends the inning. No runs, a hit, that's it in the top of the first inning. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, the all-star right-hander, coming out to face the Brewers. And after a half inning, it's the Dodgers.
I feel like food and sharing a meal with someone is a universal language. You can't go to a ballpark and not have a nice hot dog. So if I'm at the ballpark, I'm gonna get a nice heavy glizzy. You gotta have chili on there, you gotta have cheese. If your hot dog isn't bending in the middle because it's like about to fall apart, then you're not doing it right. So you gotta have a glizzy and then something cold, whatever it is, beer, lemonade. You gotta have something cold to wash that hot dog down with.
America.
Bottom of the first, no score. And leading off Sal Frelick, the right fielder, 294 hitter, facing Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Yamamoto 8-6 and a 2.51 ERA, third best earned run average in the National League. Rojas playing into the grass at third for Frelick, a left-handed batter. Mookie up the middle. First pitch to him is a little low ball one. Starting him off with a four-seam fastball that was borderline knee-high, but called a ball. Now Will sets an outside target to wind the pitch. And that's right there for a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to Sal Frelick. Right side of the infield deep. Freeman at first. Ha-Sung Kim at second. Pitch off speed. Belted to right, and that's toward the corner. Long run for Pages. Frelick will speed around first. He's on his way to second with a leadoff double. 11th double of the season for Sal Frelick, and the Brewers in business right away.
Yeah, for Frelick, he's been red hot. 15 games prior to tonight, hitting at .323, and he sets the table here in the early going in this one.
Comes William Contreras, the catcher, right-handed hitter. Contreras hitting .239. Stretch for Yamamoto. And his first pitch on the way to William Contreras. It's inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Jackson Chourio, the center fielder, out on deck. Frelick at second, nobody out. And the pitch coming to Contreras from Yamamoto. And that is there for a strike. Now, one job for Yamamoto tonight is to go deep in the ball game and, well, like in any other start, don't give up too many runs, especially with Peralta on the other side. Peralta's only given up 4 runs or more 1 time this year. He has kept everything under 4 runs. Pitch fouled off to the right. And it's now a ball and 2 strikes. Yamamoto peeking in. And now set to go against the right-hander Contreras. The pause and the 1-2 pitch is up high. Well, Dave Roberts was asked about the pitching rotation for the rest of the road trip. And he did mention that right now the plan is to have Yamamoto not only pitch in the San Francisco series, but pitch Sunday on the last day of the first half. Pitch swung on and kept barely alive with a foul tip. It was not caught. It's Contreras. Count still 2-2. So a first-time All-Star for Yamamoto. Typically the pitchers that pitch on the Sunday before the All-Star game don't pitch in the All-Star game. Not saying that that's going to happen, but we are expecting one more start in the first half as he deals Contreras low, and it's now 3-2.
Contreras, good man in that number 2 spot. Very seldom does he chase pitches.
Three and 2 the count to Contreras. Yamamoto fires one home now. And Contreras looks at it low and away, ball 4. Went with the splitter and missed. And the Brewers have runners at first and second and nobody out.
Well, that pitch wasn't really even close.
At Children's Hospital Los Angeles, groundbreaking research meets world-class expertise in treatment. U.S. News and World Report once again has named CHLA the #1 hospital in California. Learn more today at chla.org. Jackson Chourio, really good young player. Center fielder up, 2 on, nobody out, bottom of the first. And here comes the pitch out of the stretch from Yamamoto. Swung on, fouled back.
Yamamoto's already thrown more pitches than Peralta threw to get the 3 outs. It's 11 pitches, 6 strikes. Peralta used all of 8 pitches to get 3 outs, open up the ballgame.
Peralta helped out by the double play hit into by Freddie Freeman, and Yamamoto could use the same here. Chourio, tough guy to double up though. Swing and a miss on a sinker past him on the inner half. It's 0-2 to Jackson Chourio out of Maracaibo in Venezuela. .260 his average, 15 home runs. Second on the club behind Christian Yelich, who has 17. Yelich on deck. Sal Frelick at second base. William Contreras is at first. Nobody out. 0-2 pitch from Yamamoto. Swung on, hit in the air to shallow right field. Kim goes out, but in comes Andy Pages. He'll make the catch for the first out of the Brewers, half of the first inning. One away. Well, the Brewers have found their way lately. Look at the last month and a half or so. Since May 18th, they've got the best record in Major League Baseball, 29-15. And as a result, find themselves 10 games over 500, 50-40 in second place in the Central Division, 4 games behind the Cubs. Christian Yelich, Thousand Oaks product up there from the left side, DHing tonight. He'll take inside. Yelich has been playing a lot of left field, but kind of morphed into a DH part-time. Tonight, one of those nights. 1-0 pitch to Yelich. That is taken just a little bit high for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes.
Right side of the infield playing straight up. Left side playing to pull. Outfield playing the opposite direction.
A big gap in right center field as Yelich looks at a breaking ball low, and he gets way ahead of Yamamoto here. 3 balls and no strikes. 2 on, 1 out, no score. And the Brewers threatening now in the bottom of the first. Yamamoto sets, and the right-hander deals home to Christian Yelich. Swung out, fouled off to the left into the third deck. The third of 4 decks on the third base side here. 3-1 the count. Yamamoto ready to throw. And now the right-hander's pitch is swung on and missed. Cutter inside. And it's a full count now, 3-2.
This is where Yamamoto's been at his best. With 2 strikes this year, he's given up just a 126 batting average against. Interesting to see if he comes in with a breaking ball. Why? Well, Yelich has a high percentage of swings and misses breaking stuff.
Check of the runners by Yamamoto. Now he kicks and comes home, and the ball swung on, hit down to third. Rojas has it. He's got 1 play. It's to first as he charged into the infield grass to glove the baseball. He throws out Yelich. 5-3 the putout, but Frelick advances second to third, and Contreras first to second. And Andrew Vaughn makes his first plate appearance as a Milwaukee Brewer, with runners at second and third and 2 men out. Vaughn played 16 games for AAA Nashville, hit .259 with 3 home runs. First pitch to him, cut on and missed. Good slider.
Vaughn got called up. Reese Hoskins on the injured list with a severe thumb sprain. It's going to take him a while to get back.
0-1 the count. Stretch by Yamamoto, his pitch. And that one missed a little bit low. He tried the slider again. Went back-to-back sliders. This one split the plate in half, but was just low. 1 ball and 1 strike to Vaughn. Will Smith will lead off for the Dodgers in the second. 1 ball, 1 strike offer, and that is outside. Tripled up with the slider.
There's a message in there somewhere. They don't think he can really handle it because he played 48 games with the White Sox before being acquired on the 13th of June, and he had just 139.
Now the 2-1 pitch, and Vaughn looks at a strike. Late strike call by Sean Barber, the home plate umpire. Levels things off a little bit. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 men on. As the master would say, deuce is wild. Now the 2-2 pitch to Vaughn from Yamamoto. Swung on and hammered. Deep to left field. This ball's back. It is 3-0 Milwaukee. In his first plate appearance with his new team, Andrew Vaughn hits a 3-run homer on a 2-strike pitch.
Well, not a bad way to join your new ball club. With 2 strikes, Yamamoto got that ball elevated. And Vaughn jumped all over it.
And it was the slider.
Well, you throw sliders upstairs, you're asking for trouble. Yamamoto found it.
Well, when the Brewers scored first, they've got a very good record. They're 41-13. And now Isaac Collins, the left fielder, up from the left side. Again, it was a rare situation with 2 strikes as Collins floats one foul third base side. Because, as you had mentioned, 126 was the average against with 2 strikes, one of the better averages against. And he had a 2-2 count on him.
And a guy in 48 games with the White Sox hit below 150. He comes on here, the first at bat, 3-run home run.
0-2 pitch. That's low. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And Tim, the Dodgers find themselves trailing early again.
They have had 34 come from behind wins, the most in baseball. And this one fouled away. Keep in mind that last year, through the entire season, in the regular season, they had 43 come from behind wins. They've already got 34, and this is part of the reason. And even though the Dodgers have had a really good record through most of June and starting into July, there's a line drive base hit to right by Collins. They've had to come back in a good number of their wins. And let's look down to the third base dugout. Here comes Mark Pryor out with Will Ireton, the translator. They're going to talk to Yamamoto, see what's up with him, because he was a pitch away from getting out of this inning before Andrew Vaughn hit a 409-foot home run to left field on a 2-strike pitch. This mound visit brought to you by Jacoby and Myers, because everyone deserves justice.
I think this is more about location of some of the pitches, including that 2-2 slider. You throw that slider upstairs to hitters, I don't care what the average has been in the past. It turns everybody into a better hitter, because that slider upstairs does not have teeth. It does not go down and away from a right-handed batter.
And waiting to come to the plate, second baseman Bryce Terang. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Dodgers Audio Network.
The home of the world champion LA Dodgers. KLAC KYSR HD2 Los Angeles. Make us a preset on the free iHeartRadio app.
Bryce Terang, left-handed hitter, 279 average. Out of Corona, California. Here's the pitch. And that is down low.
That's 30 pitches for Yamamoto here in the opening inning. 30.
Well, he is expected to go deep in this one, but this is drastically shortening his outing. Here comes a 1-0 pitch. Missing outside. Dave Roberts was asked by one of the members of the press, what do you expect out of Yamamoto tonight? And Dave said, I expect him to go deep in the ballgame. That was his first answer. And right now, struggling in the bottom of the first inning. This will be his 32nd pitch. 2-0. And Terang takes high. It's 3-0. So probably some concern creeping into that Dodger dugout right now. 3-0 pitch coming to Terang. And it's thrown to the plate, and it is there for a strike as Terang was taking all the way. Collins leading at first base, held on by Freeman. Betts shading the bag at second. Stretch. And the 3-1 pitch, cut on and missed. Count is full, 3-2, and Collins will take off with this pitch. James Outman playing way over toward left center field, and a long way off the line and right is Pages for the left-handed hitting Bryce Terang. And the 3-2 runner goes, pitch swung on, fouled back. Terang, and then the third baseman Caleb Durbin is on deck. Terang, the 7th man to come to the plate here in the bottom of the first. Brewers leading 3-0 on the 3-run homer by Andrew Vaughn. Stretch, and here comes the payoff pitch to Terang. The 3-2. Runner goes, and it's outside ball 4. And this is really starting off to not be Yamamoto's night.
36 pitches and still not all the way through the first inning.
It's a second walk this inning. And here comes Durbin. Third baseman hitting .253. Interesting thing is the fact that Yamamoto's been excellent on the road.
Yep.
He is 5-2 on the road with a minuscule 1.57 ERA. First pitch coming to the right-handed hitting Caleb Durbin. And it's a high strike. Fastball at the top of the zone at 95.
Yamamoto came in this game 9 home runs. Only 2 had been on the road, and on the road just a 166 batting average against him.
Another throw home. Swung on, ground ball to short. Mookie's got it. He'll throw along to first. It's low, and Freddie can't make the play. Run comes in to score on a throwing error by Mookie Betts.
Well, it's just a bad throw. And he had an easier play at second base with a throw that would have been maybe 35 feet. Standing at the bag and puzzled why he did not get the throw was Kim. And then for Betts, who has a strong throwing arm, but not when you drop down and kind of, just kind of tossed the ball over to first base and didn't get there all the way.
Well, you got to go. You got to take that out at second base.
It's just a bad play overall. Yeah, bad decision, bad throw.
Yeah, that's the easy out. It's the short way at second. You got to take that easy force out. Mookie decided to throw to first, and he threw it in the dirt. And now it is 4-0 Brewers. Runners at the corners, and here is the 9th man to hit. Andrew Monasterio, the shortstop, who takes a strike. So this inning gets extended, and the effort for Yamamoto, he's going to be in the 40s in terms of pitch count, and the Dodgers have somebody up in the bullpen already. It's like Jack Dreyer, left-hander, is starting to throw here in the first inning. Next offer is down low, 1 ball and 1 strike to Monasterio.
Well, Yamamoto is struggling, and he didn't get any help on that play. Should have been out of the inning. And the Dodgers, 4 games in a row now. It's been strange baseball.
I don't understand that play by Mookie Betts. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Runner goes from first to second. Ball lifted in the air near the line. Shallow right. It's going to drop for a hit. In to score is Terang. It is 5-0 Brewers. On a flare to right field. And it's getting tougher and tougher for Yamamoto as the Brewers are going to bat around against him in inning number 1. And that's going to be it. Dave's coming to get him right now. Yamamoto is gone after 2/3 of an inning. Wow. He will leave runners at the corners, and Sal Frelick will come up to bat for the second time, and he's not going to face Yamamoto. Not Yamamoto.
Children's Hospital to Children's Hospital Los Angeles when the stakes are high. Find an all-star doctor today at chla.org.
Yoshinobu Yamamoto only lasts 2/3 of an inning, so left-hander Jack Dreyer's going to come in. 5-0 Milwaukee. Runners at the corners and 2 outs. This pitching change brought to you by Bank of America, the official bank of the Los Angeles Dodgers. 35th appearance for Dreyer out of the pen, and Frelick batting for the second time in the first inning. Left-handed hitter with a double to lead things off, and he takes the ball in the dirt. And this is starting out, Mo, like this is going to be a long night at the ballpark.
Well, it's more than just the pitching. I mean, simple play. Mookie Betts is not bad decision, not going to second base, and then a bad throw. But this is uphill right away.
Frelick pops this one up just behind the infield. Kim, the second baseman, is out on the grass. He'll make the play. And the inning mercifully comes to an end. 10 men come to the plate.
There's so much history here, and when I put it on and it's so light, it just feels just right. It feels just right. I mean, look at this. It got the city on it. When I was 7 years old, my uncle takes me where? To Shea Stadium. Darryl Strawberry hits a home run, and I become a fan for life.
This very moment.
Back to the Galpin Motors broadcast booth on your official home of Los Angeles Dodgers baseball.
Well, the Dodger bats need to get to work now, down 5-0 as we start the second inning. Will Smith to lead off against Freddie Peralta. And the Milwaukee right-hander drills a strike in there. It's 0-1. Will's hitting 5 straight, hitting .500 during his 5-game hitting streak, 8 for 16. .332 overall to lead the National League in the pitch. And that's outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, let's look for the silver lining here. There's a lot of baseball left. We can say that. Plenty of time for the Dodgers to get 5 runs, but it's going to be tough against this pitcher. Swing and a miss at a hard slider. Then in all but 1 outing this year for Peralta. So in 17 of his 18 starts, he has surrendered 4 runs or more only once. So he has kept the run total down quite a bit. And consistently. 1-2, and Will looks at a ball outside, a slider.
I agree, is that there's a lot of baseball left to be played in this game. The question is going to be, what type baseball will the Dodgers be playing? Because it has been sub-Dodger baseball for 3 games plus first inning of this one.
2-2. Will swings, hits a high fly ball right center field. That is playable for Jackson Chourio. He's over there to make the catch, and there's 1 gone. Top of the second, brought to you by Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Andy Pages, a .290 hitter. 17 home runs. Over the years, just talking to hitters informally on and off about this particular ballpark, and you often hear that this is a great park to hit in because of the backdrop. And Paez lines one down the left field side, and it just hooks foul over by the rain tarp. Strike one to Andy. But the backdrop here is a great one for hitters. They really enjoy it here.
This is very similar to the background the hitters see in Arizona at that ballpark.
They also say that's a good one, too.
Yep.
In fact, they may be the top two in terms of hitters' background. Pitch on the way, and it's fouled off to the right. Well, for Yamamoto, I think you can say that was his worst start as a Dodger. Worst start as a major leaguer. Just 2/3 of an inning. It took him 41 pitches to get 2 outs plus. He allowed 4 hits, 5 runs, 3 of them earned. Walked 2 and didn't strike anybody out. And before you know it, he's out of the ball game. And right now they're looking to see if he'll pitch Sunday against the Giants. That would be his next probable start. And now the bullpen under pressure right away. 1-2, 1 out, bases empty. Peralta's pitch, and Paez swings at a changeup and strikes out. First strikeout for Peralta tonight. And there are 2 men down, and Michael Conforto making his way to home plate. Well, we caught a good night here weather-wise, so the roof is open. We're told that possibly tomorrow, maybe Wednesday too, it could be closed with some rain that is on the way. So we're enjoying this weather here tonight. Pitches a strike knee-high inside corner to the left-handed batter. Conforto hitting 176. 7 homers and just 21 runs batted in. 0-1 pitch. Conforto takes up high. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Right now, Peralta can really have the luxury of attacking the strike zone. Leading it early, 5-0.
He kicks and sends a pitch home taken for a strike, a curveball.
Yeah, his breaking stuff has been very good. In fact, he gets, of all the breaking stuff he's thrown, and that combines the curveball and the slider. Do you believe swing and miss rate of 45%? I mean, that's very, very high.
1-2, the count to Conforto. 2 down, bases empty. Peralta from the belt delivers home. And it's a fastball up high. 2-2. Well, it's one of those games where you look at the pitching matchup on paper and you say, boy, we can't wait to see this. This is going to be a close game, tight game. You never know what's going to happen. This one hit toward left center field a long way. That's going to drop. And around first and on his way to second is Conforto with a 2-out double. 12th double of the season for Michael Conforto.
Conforto, hopefully that continues to be a good sign, making contact in particular with 2 strikes.
His son Kim will try to get him around. And at this point, it would be good for the Dodgers if they can get just 1 here. Get on the board, start chipping away. 5-0 Milwaukee, top of the 2nd inning. Pitch, breaking ball outside.
Well, Kim yesterday 1 for 4, but he made 2 absolutely wonderful defensive plays.
1-0 pitch now to Kim. Taken up high. He's hitting .351. And he hasn't yet had 100 at bats. He's 33 for 94. He's getting there. At .351, a pair of home runs and 12 runs batted in. 2-0 pitch, swung out and hit in the air to shallow center. Coming in is Jackson Churia, who'll make the catch, and the Dodgers strand a man. No runs a hit. And that's all to tell you about the top of the 2nd inning. After an inning and a half, it's the Brewers. Dreyer out there for the bottom of the second inning. 5-0 Milwaukee. And William Contreras, the catcher, will lead off. Jackson Churio, the center fielder, to follow. Then Christian Yelich. And the Dodgers southpaw kicks, fires one to the plate, a little bit high for a ball. Dreyer 2-2 and a 3 1/4 earned run average. Now 1-0 pitch, and that's a little up, right on the border, and called a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. A stretch by Dreyer in the pitch. There's a slider down low. 2 balls, 1 strike to Contreras, who walked and scored in the 5-run first. 2-1 delivery from Dreyer. Swung out, fouled away to the right and out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dreyer with a new baseball, towing the rubber. Shrugs his shoulders, now comes set on the mound, and the pitch. Fouled back to the screen. Contreras, the guy they'd like to get off his feet a little bit more often behind the plate and have him in the designated hitter role. Put him there a little bit more often. That would mean that Christian Yelich would be in left field more often. 2-2 is up high, and it's 3-2. Three and 2 to Contreras. Brother Wilson with the Cardinals. And Dreyer's payoff pitch now to Contreras. On the way. They swung out and fouled off down the right side a long way. It'll get up in the second deck. It kind of curls around a little bit in foul territory. Three and 2 still. Contreras standing from the right side of the plate. Bat held behind his right ear. Now the pitch. Swung on, pulled foul off the front of the Dodger dugout. Work hard and play hard in a new Tacoma with an iForce turbocharged engine. It's a truck built for the bold. See your Toyota dealer today. They make it easy. Nobody on, nobody out. 3-2 pitch. Chopped foul again. This at bat getting extended. Next pitch will be the 10th of the at bat. Well, it's not the first time this year the Dodgers have allowed 5 in the first inning. Happened in a game against the Cubs at Wrigley Field earlier this year. This ball is poked up in the air to shallow right center. Out goes Ha-Seong Kim. Second baseman backpedaling on the grass makes the catch. And that's out number 1 in the bottom of the second. But in that game against the Cubs, the Dodgers would come back. They would eventually lose in extra innings, 11-10, but they did erase that 5-run deficit. Back on April 22nd. Now Jackson Churio hits one to center field. James Outman backpedaling on the grass, and he'll make the catch. Outman's first chance in the outfield since his recall today. 2 down, and now Christian Yelich coming up. Well, this is a big opportunity, you'd think, for Outman this time of the year to take advantage of this call-up. He's been hitting the ball pretty well in AAA, especially the long ball. 2 down, nobody on, and the pitch to Yelich. Down the middle for a strike. Outman playing the left-handed hitter over toward left center. Again, the right fielder Pye is way off the line. Playing him to go the other way. Pitch is low, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike to Yelich. Outside target set by Smith. Pitch goes that way, but it's low, and it's 2-1. Well, I suppose they're not just Yelich, but the other lefties, too. They're playing him to go the other way. Now 2-1. Check swing foul.
That was a severe jam shot. That was half check swing, half bailout.
Ball got on him pretty quickly, didn't it? I don't think he realized how fast that thing was heading in his direction, and then he changed what he wanted to do. 2-2, swing and a miss, strike three. Dreyer gets him with a slider, and a terrific second inning as he retires the Brewers in order. We go to the third at American Family Field. It's the Brewers 5, Dodgers nothing.
AM 5.
I remember the first series I had, the first home run I hit was a grand slam against Seattle, which was the team that I had played for the year before. As we know, Cleveland can get a little cold, so I would wear the dark blue long sleeves. And for some reason, this jersey, I always liked my jersey a little longer. The reasons for it, for a little padding, so when I would slide, I wouldn't get all patched up and roughed up.
Pitch in for a strike to Rojas, who's hitting .246 to start the ball game tonight. 4 homers, 12 runs batted in. He'll be playing a lot of third base, you would think. With Muncy out, there's a strike called. It's 0-2. Kike Hernandez going on the injured list today, and Tommy Edman, a fractured little toe, just keeping him out of the lineup tonight and probably tomorrow. 0-2 pitch. And did he go? Yes, he did. Couldn't hold up on the slider, and Rojas strikes out on 3 pitches. Strikeout number 2 for Peralta. And James Outman back up. Outman's big league numbers, 125, 2 homers and 4 runs batted in. 3 hits total, 2 of them have left the park. He's been swinging a good bat in AAA. Outman takes ball 1 ball and no strikes. Peralta, the right-hander, pitching to the left-handed hitting Outman. He swings and lifts it in the air, hit it off the end of the bat to shallow center. On the run, Churio, it's going to drop in for a hit. Around first and on his way to second is Outman. Well, Churio and the left fielder Isaac Collins were converging. They nearly collided, and the ball dropped right in between them. It was like threading a needle for James Outman.
Well, the Brewers are fortunate that they did not have a violent collision in the outfield. Churio broke back on the ball to begin with, so it took him a little bit longer to get to that spot than it would normally take.
Ohtani 1 for 1. Second time up for Shohei tonight. The pitch. He will take a high strike. Fastball at the top of the zone. Ohtani hitting .280, 30 home runs, 56 runs batted in. Pitch to Shohei's up and in, another fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Outman getting a walking lead off of second base. The shortstop on a stereo playing in behind him. Stretch by Peralta. Checks the runner. Now the pitch. And it's at the knees for a strike. And Shohei's 1-2.
That base hit that Ohtani had in the first inning. Just his fourth in the last 31 at-bats. And that was a slow roller that somehow stayed fair right down the third base line.
Here comes a 1-2 on the way from Peralta. And it's pulled foul past the Brewers dugout. Well, Dodger fans, skip the line at Dodger Stadium. Look around the ballpark for the QR code to scan or order with the Uber Eats app from your seat and enjoy every pitch, run, and out. 5 runs on 4 hits for the Brewers. No runs, 3 hits for the Dodgers. And that pitch way upstairs to Ohtani. 2-2 the count to Shohei. Starting DH for the National League in the All-Star game. Peralta's 2-2 offer. Swung on, fouled back over to our left and up into the seats.
It's the changeup. So you're looking at a fastball, curveball, slider, change.
The outfield playing him fairly deep here. 2-2 to Ohtani. He swings, hits a high drive to.
Mission continues. He's hit a lot of very high fly balls. Not a lot of them have been deep. So he's just getting underneath the ball ever so slightly.
Mookie Betts a chance to get a run in. Mookie's 0 for 1. Chance to atone for his throwing error too that allowed another run to score. Here comes the pitch to Mookie. He swings, hits a ground ball to the left side. That is scooped up by one hand. Durbin, he'll throw on to first in time to get Betts. And the Dodgers, for the second straight inning, leave a man at second base. 2.5 done. And
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so.
Anytime we can put on these uniforms, the same ones that those guys played before us in the Negro Leagues, it's an honor to put it on and to share this field with them.
It's a piece of history. So, I mean, to be able to wear it present day is honestly an unreal feeling. Once the lights are on and the anthem takes place and you're standing there on the line, it'll sink in as to what this moment really means, because I do think it's a meaningful day.
LA Dodgers Audio Network.
First baseman Andrew Vaughn to lead off for Milwaukee in the bottom of the third. It's 5-0 Brewers. Vaughn a big reason for that with a 2-strike, 2-out, 3-run home run off of Yamamoto. Essentially was the blow that chased him from the ball game. First pitch, ball 1 from Dreyer. Dreyer sends one home, and this one fouled away. So Robleski sent down today, Justin Robleski. And a lot of the reason, because of the timing close to the break, he was going to be unavailable as the long man anyway. Kasparius is back in the bullpen tonight. Again, he pitched just the other day. So Dreyer's going to have to throw whatever he can here. He's been pretty economical so far. 21 pitches. There's a shot down the third baseline, just foul. As Vaughn got out in front of it. 2-2 to Andrew Vaughn. Outfield playing Vaughn, a right-handed hitter straight up. Stretch by Dreyer, his 2-2 offer. Swung on, popped up. Shallow center. Kim, the second baseman, goes out, calling for it. Outman lets him take it, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. At AM/PM, when the Dodgers steal a base at home, you score a free hot dog and any 12-ounce slim Coca-Cola. Redeem your free feast in the AM/PM app. Let's play ball. AM/PM, too much good stuff. One away, Isaac Collins, the batter. He had a base hit and a run scored in the first. And a curveball in low. 1 ball, no strikes to Collins. The Brewers like Collins' defense, but the arm strength may not be what they hope at this point. And his ability to get to the ball and catch it, they're happy with. It's 2-0, and Dreyer, the lefty, sends another pitch home, and it's 3-0. That one up high. Falling way behind Collins here. 1 out, nobody on. 5-0 Milwaukee lead. The Brewers put 5 on Yamamoto and chased him out of the game in the first. 3-0 pitch. Down the middle for a strike.
You bring up a point about outfielders. We hear so many times with pitchers, well, good arm speed. Well, whether you're infield or outfielder, some guys just don't have that arm speed.
3-1. Swing and a miss. Now 3-2. Stretch by Dreyer, and he looks to deliver his payoff. Swung on and missed. It came all the way back from 3-0. Threw a fastball toward the outer half, and he strikes out Collins. That's his second strikeout of the game. And there were 2 down.
Hey, friends, Major League Baseball is taking over Atlanta with the game's biggest events. Now, the action begins with the T-Mobile Home Run Derby on ESPN. That's the 14th at 5 p.m. Pacific. Then catch the 95th MLB All-Star Game presented by MasterCard on the 15th, 4 p.m. Pacific on Fox.
Second baseman Bryce Terang, left-handed hitter, swings and misses, and a slider away. No balls and a strike. And the pitch down low. Yeah, hard to believe we're at that point. I mean, we are at game number 92, but the first half has gone by relatively quickly. I think that happens when you win a lot of games. Seems to go by faster. 1-1 pitch. That one is popped up. And in shallow right, it's going to be Ha-Seong Kim. And on the grass, he'll make the catch. And it's another 1-2-3 inning for Jack Dreyer. He's retired 7 in a row.
Do you guys make your own brisket here?
Yes, we do. We are known by our brisket.
Barbecue brisket sandwich. Quality is better than other places, and it looks good. We're ready to eat.
We go to an average 500 briskets per game. We hear a lot from our fans. They want to try something with wrap, easy to eat. So we say, well, let's do like a brisket, wrap, and an egg roll.
That's beautiful. You get the gold medal for culinary brisketry here in Texas.
Yes.
This very moment.
Back to the Galpin Motors broadcast booth on your official home of Los Angeles Dodgers baseball.
Top of the fourth inning, 5-0 Milwaukee. Freddie Freeman leading off against Freddie Peralta. Brewer right-handed. Advances one to the plate for a strike. Peralta, a two-time All-Star. Last start against the Mets, he allowed 2 earned runs, 2 hits, 6 strikeouts over 6 innings worked. He's won his last 4 straight starts. And a strike delivered to Freeman, and it's 0-2.
Peralta's really been good against the top 3 hitters in opposing lineups. Those are the guys who can kind of set the tables at first, second, and third batter.
0-2 pitch in the dirt. And it's 1-2 to Freeman.
How good has he been? Well, 1, 2, 3 hitters. The last 3 years have hit 202. Is that good? It's the lowest in baseball.
1 ball, 2 strike pitch to Freeman coming. And here it is. And it skips in the dirt again. He tried to throw him a curveball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that win over the Mets that Peralta had was the first game of a doubleheader at Citi Field. It was a long day for the Brewers that day. Pitch outside, count goes full, 3-2. Last year the Dodgers did a pretty good job against Peralta. 3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3 and a curveball that caught plenty of plate. That'll be the 3rd strikeout for Peralta, and he's got each one on a different pitch. A change, a slider, and now the curveball. Will Smith, the batter, with 1 out and nobody on. Yeah, last year he went 0-1 against the Dodgers with an ERA of almost 6.5. Dodgers scored 7 earned runs against him in the 10 innings that Peralta pitched. Ohtani, Mookie Betts, and the guy at the plate, Will Smith, all hit home runs off of Peralta last year. And Will hits one high and foul, pulled it to the left side. And to make the 3rd deck.
Peralta got away with a bad slider.
One ball, 1 strike to Will. He'll be starting the All-Star game behind the plate. And he looks at that slider again, and more of a curveball than a slider, but Will took it, and it was on the inside part of the plate. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Smith 0 for 1 tonight. Fly to center his first time up. Here comes a 1-2 pitch. And he'll take high. Now 2-2. Dodgers with 5 All-Stars for now. Who knows? There could be 1 or 2 more headed to Atlanta before the week is out. Pitch way high and outside. Peralta overthrew the fastball. That fills the count at 3-2. But it's the 6th straight year the Dodgers have had 5 or more All-Stars. Just saying something about the organization. 3-2, strike 3 call. Change up outer half. And Will looked at it. 4th strikeout for Peralta, and there are 2 men down.
We can celebrate Teoscar Hernandez on Tuesday, July 22nd. That's when the Twins are in. 7:10 start at Dodger Stadium. First 40,000 fans in attendance will take home a special Teoscar Hernandez bobblehead presented by Dyson. So for tickets, more information, Dodgers.com/promotions.
2 outs, bases empty. Pitch to Andy Pages. Outside, ball 1. Conforto's on deck. 1-0 pitch now to Andy. He swings and bounces one foul off the front of the Dodger dugout, third base side.
Just looking at Conforto a couple of games ago, he got away from that one bat. Remember, he changed bats and went to a thicker handle, actually on the knob. Then he discontinued that for a couple of games. Well, he's back to the thicker knob now.
He probably could have used another one as he swung and missed, and the bat helicoptered back to the backstop. He lost the grip on it entirely.
Yeah, and Pages may want to get a bigger knob on his bat.
So he's got some of the sticky spray he's put on there, and now he'll go back to home plate with a 1-2 count on him. I mean, he got a middle fastball. He just missed.
Conforto's actually lucky. On deck circle, standing behind. Well, that bat flew right over his head.
1-2 from Peralta. And it bounces at the plate and kicks away back to the backstop. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 54 pitches so far for the Milwaukee starter here in Game 1. Tomorrow night, Clayton Kershaw will go against Jacob Mizorowski, who is a young phenom, a right-hander for the Brewers. 2-2, and that's low. 3-2. Three and 2 the count. 2 down, bases empty, 5-0 Brewers. Dodgers batting top of the 4th. The story so far in the ballgame, the Brewers batting around in the bottom of the 1st. And knocking Yamamoto out of the game after just 2/3 of an inning. 3-2. Inside, ball 4, and a 2-out walk is issued. Well, Pages will trot down to first, and Conforto 1-for-1 with a double coming up. Well, sooner or later, the Dodgers just need to find a way to get that first run on the board. Try to chip into that lead. And the pitch to Conforto is inside in the corner. What about knee high? That's a pitcher's pitch for Peralta. 0-1 the count. Conforto's average up to 180. And a 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. He elevated the fastball. He swung at ball 1 there. That was way up out of the zone. 0-2 the count. Conforto with his 12th double of the season back in the 2nd inning. 0-2 the count as Conforto waves the bat back and forth and waits. The stretch by Peralta. Pages leads at first. Pitch outside for a ball. This is one thing that we see Peralta do quite a bit. The Brewers folks see it all the time. Is he gets ahead 0-2, he'll start to nibble to try to get you to expand the strike zone. 1-2, that's up high, and it's now 2-2. What that ends up doing, however, is raising his pitch count. So instead of attacking ahead 0-2, he'll try to go for a strikeout and get the hitter to strike himself out.
4 consecutive fastballs. Is this where you get the changeup?
Pages off of first base. 2 outs in the 2-2 pitch. That swung on, foul back off to our left.
Came back with another heater at 97.
Yeah, he's just reaching back and letting it rip right now at this stage of the game. 2-2 to Conforto. Peralta's pitch. Low ball 3, and he's filled up the count.
Finally a breaking ball.
Son Kim is on deck. And Conforto with a 3-2 pitch coming his way from Freddie Peralta. There goes Pages to second base, and Conforto takes a strike down the middle. 3 strikeouts in the inning with a walk mixed in. We're through 3.5 in Milwaukee.
I feel like food and sharing a meal with someone is a universal language. You can't go to a ballpark and not have a nice hot dog. So if I'm at the ballpark, I'm gonna get a nice heavy glizzy. You gotta have chili on there, you gotta have cheese. If your hot dog isn't bending in the middle because it's like about to fall apart, then you're not doing it right. So you gotta have a glizzy and then something cold, whatever it is, beer, lemonade. You gotta have something cold to wash that hot dog down with.
LA Dodgers Audio Network.
Grinding all my life, sacrifice, hustle, pay the price, want a slice.
Bottom of the fourth inning, 5-0 Milwaukee. And a new pitcher on for the Dodgers. It is right-hander Lou Trevino. Really good job by Jack Dreyer. 2 in a third innings pitch, hitless and scoreless, striking out 2, settling things down somewhat. And Trevino deals a strike to Caleb Durbin, the third baseman. Durbin reached base on a throwing error by Mookie Betts back in the first inning that extended that inning, and now he hits a little soft line drive back behind second base. Ha-Seong Kim is there to plate, and there's one down. Pitching change presented by Navien HVAC and water heater products. Andrew Monasterio, the shortstop, RBI base hit his last time up. 1 for 1 tonight, .235 hitter. With 1 home run and 3 runs batted in. Monasterio looking out at Lou Trevino. And the pitch snapped inside for a ball. Well, big, tip of the cap to Jack Dreyer for the way he pitched.
Absolutely. They came in and put out the fire at the final out of the first inning.
Monasterio pops it up back of the plate. Foul. Chance for Will Smith on the warning track. He'll reach up, make the catch, and Monasterio's out. And a foul out to the catcher. And with 2 away, Sal Frelick comes up for the third time. The Brewers have not had anybody get on base since Monasterio in the bottom of the first inning. That's when Dreyer came on. He got Frelick to pop up, and then he retired 6 in a row after that. 2 clean innings. A strike dealt to the left-handed hitting right fielder out of Boston College, Sal Frelick. Now the 0-1 pitch to him inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, the Tigers, who have the best record in Major League Baseball, leading the Rays 5-1 in Detroit. They're in the 9th inning there. Next offer is outside to Frelick. 2-1. Frelick's hometown team, Boston, ahead of the Rockies, 5-1, top of the 6th. 2-1 pitch, and he couldn't. He did lay off it. It's a check swing. Pitch was high, and Frelick had all he could do to hold up that swing. Bottom of the 5th inning in Chicago, the Blue Jays leading the White Sox 3-1. And in Kansas City, the Royals ahead of the Pirates 4-2, bottom of the 4th. 3-1 pitch. Frelick takes a strike. Good looking cutter by Lou Trevino. Astros and Guardians scoreless in Houston, bottom of the 3rd. Boy, the Guardians have been having their issues lately. The losses pile up. Frelick hits a ground ball down to first. Freddie's got it. Underhand toss to Trevino covering. And it's a 1-2-3, bottom of the 4th inning. 3 straight clean innings for the Dodger bullpen. We go to the 5th.
Well, when we moved downtown San Diego from Qualcomm to Petco Ballpark, new uniforms were on the way, and this is the Padre home white. This jersey is from 2007, which was a career year for myself, winning a Cy Young. There's some different memories that stand out. One in this uniform against the Braves, where I struck out a Padre record 16, wearing this jersey, trying to make the Padre and the Friar faithful proud.
I believe this one's it's a rookie card, I know, but I feel like it's the first card that I ever, big league card. Obviously, as a kid, trying to get to the big leagues, the dream of making it. But as a kid that had cards, right, as a kid, this is like seeing your card the first time is pretty cool. So that's pretty powerful when you see that card.
Is now Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel. Find out more at yamava.com.
Bottom of the order due up for the Dodgers in the top of the fifth inning. This on Kim to lead off against Freddie Peralta. Kim tonight 0 for 1, fly to center. And he looks at a first pitch fastball for a strike. We're going to see him more these days with the injuries that have piled up for the Dodgers. So Kim's going to play a lot more. Swings, fouls a pitch back, and it's 0-2. He's made the adjustments that were necessary. The game was really fast for him right at the beginning. I think we saw that in spring training. 0-2 pitch. He couldn't hold up on a high fastball. He strikes out. 6 strikeouts now for Peralta. That was a fastball up out of the zone, and Kim couldn't lay off.
Yeah, and nothing has really been surprising about Peralta, the way he attacks. He likes to elevate the fastball. He likes to get ahead early in the counts and then see if you will chase the breaking stuff.
Miguel Rojas with 1 out. And Peralta fires one in for a strike. Fastball outside corner. Miguel checks with home plate umpire Sean Barber. He said on the corner. And Barber shook his head up and down affirmatively. 0-1 pitch, grounded to third. Backhanding it is Durbin. He throws on to first to get Rojas for the out, 2 away. You notice, Mo, we haven't seen a lot of Durbin, but the 2 ground balls we've seen hit to him have been ground balls right at him, and he's backhanded them.
Yeah. That's, to me, that's kind of a sign is that he doesn't trust his hands.
So we're getting him palms out in front. He likes to backhand the ball, apparently. Now, James Outman is 1 for 1 with a double. He swings and misses at a changeup. Ohtani is on deck.
Okay, joining us late. Outman, who has been fitted for glasses, he's also being seen, Dr. Lou, wearing glasses in batting practice, but not during the game and not on defense.
I thought we might see him sport those spectacles tonight, but we are not.
Well, keep in mind, too, it took Max Muncy a couple of weeks before he made the transition. Anyone that's ever gone to the glasses, you don't really feel that comfortable initially with them.
Next offer, check swing. They want an appeal. They confirmed the check swing. 2 balls and a strike.
And then once the Max got used to them, accustomed to them, it's a whole different thing. When you're going up, you're trying to survive. You're a hitter at home plate.
Pitch to Outman. He checks the swing again.
And to continue that thought, until you really feel comfortable and you feel safe that you can see the ball to exactly the depth that you need to see it, you don't go there.
3 ball, 1 strike pitch to James. He got jammed and popped it up. Third base side, foul ground. Durbin calling for it just below the coach's box. He'll make the catch. And the Dodgers done in order in the top half of the 5th inning.
St. Louis Cardinals, one of the cleanest jerseys in the game. I've always felt that way. And, you know, the birds on the bat, just an iconic logo. I mean, look how rich that yellowish gold is in the bat. You know, all the stitching with the birds. I've just always thought it's one of the best looks in the game. 35 is the number I wore in my Major League debut. I actually think this might be the jersey from my Major League debut. So that was 2010, May 29th.
Dodgers and Major League Dodgers and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Makes me feel fine.
Home half of the fifth, Brewers 5, Dodgers nothing. New pitcher, right-hander Will Klein takes over for the Dodgers. Trevino, a clean inning of work. And the pitch to Contreras, the catcher, is outside, ball one. Trevino, all zeros across in his line. Fifth appearance for Klein. He's 1-1 with a 1.69 ERA. And he can get that fastball up there a bit. He pushes 100 miles an hour. And he pumps one in there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to Contreras. Klein steps back. The right-hander throws. He reached back for that one. Another fastball, 97 plus. It's 2-1. Klein's 2-1 pitch. It's outside. This pitching change brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change, your 15-minute drive-through oil change with locations throughout Southern California. 5 runs, 4 hits for the Brewers. No runs, 3 hits and an error for the Dodgers. Pitch to Contreras, his high ball 4. And Klein issues the leadoff walk here in the 5th inning. And that's the first base runner since the 1st inning. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the World Champion Dodgers Audio Network.
The home of the world champion LA Dodgers. KLAC KYSR HD2 Los Angeles. Make us a preset on the free iHeartRadio app.
Jackson Churio, the batter, right-handed hitting center fielder. He swings the first pitch, pops it up, back of second base. Maybe a foot on the outfield grass is Haesung Kim. He makes the catch, and there's 1 out. 1 down, 1 on for Milwaukee. Christian Yelich, the designated hitter up.
Looking at some numbers earlier today with Yelich, it's been problematic with breaking pitches this year.
See if he gets one here from Klein. And he does. Starts him with a curveball.
And here's the numbers. Is it, Yelich struck out in the 2nd inning, but he came in it today. 95 strikeouts. And over 50 of those are breaking pitches.
Here's a 1-0 from Klein. Yelich swings and misses. It's a high slider. So curveball, slider.
Well, when you're looking at a guy that's 54% of his strikeout rate and against breaking pitches, good chance you're going to be throwing them.
1-1. It's a fastball this time, but it's inside. 2-1 to Christian Yelich, hitting .280, 16 home runs, 44 runs batted in. So he leads the club in home runs. A strike called there, and a fastball that was up. Looked like it was out of the zone. Klein got a call there. That happens once in a while. Goes both ways. Usually. 2-ball, 2-strike pitch to Yelich, and that's upstairs to count 3-2. You just hope it's not on a 3-2 count when the count decides to go the other way. Contreras, hands on his knees, leading at first. Klein's pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Struck him out on a slider.
Yeah, it would have been ball 4.
Down by his ankles.
So that's the breaking pitch. And you start to look at hitters and analyze. Okay, what pitches do they handle best? Is it up or down, the in or out? Okay, that's kind of easy to find it. But then what's the percentage of the fastballs versus the breaking balls? Something off speed?
Andrew Vaughn, the batter, right-handed hitting first baseman, hit a 3-run homer back in the first. A breaking ball in the dirt outside. 1 ball, no strikes to Vaughn. Runner aboard, 2 men out. 5-0 lead still. Top of the order will be due up for the Dodgers in the 6th, Ohtani, Betts, and Freeman. Time to get on the scoreboard. Pitch coming to Vaughn from Will Klein. Klein will turn, throw to first instead, and Contreras gets back safely standing.
Contreras might want that video. People don't try and pick him off that often because his lead is not what you consider liberal.
He's probably thinking, I guess I'm more of a threat than I thought. Now the pitch fouled back.
He may be thinking, evidently I look faster than I am.
He says he wants a copy of that scouting report after the game. One ball, 1 strike. 2 men out. Very short lead at first by Contreras. And the pitch. Oh, it's a fastball high and away. 2-1 to Andrew Vaughn. Contreras does have the sliding mitten on his left hand, just in case. Stretched by Klein, he kicks and fires, and this ball fouled off to the right.
Okay, so what? He falls down?
Maybe, yeah. He doesn't want to fall down thumb first, apparently.
No. I think it's just to keep his hand clean.
I don't know how you ever survived without the sliding mitten, the oven mitt that they wear. Don't know how you did it.
Well, especially a guy that doesn't run that much.
Oh, I know. 2-2. That's up and in, and it's 3-2 to Andrew Vaughn. And now we're going to see Contreras run.
Oh, wait till you see this jump.
He's just been told by the first base coach, hey, you're going.
Well, Freeman will play right behind him.
He says, Freddie, I'll see you later. Here he goes, and the pitch to Vaughn is down low, ball 4. So a second walk issued by Klein, and now Contreras moves into scoring position. 2 on and 2 out for the Brewers. Isaac Collins, the switch hitting left fielder. He's 1 for 2 in the game, singled in the first and scored. Struck out swinging on a fastball from Jack Dreyer in the 3rd inning.
Here's where Collins has been hot. The last 2 weeks with runners on base, he's hit .467.
And Collins waves the bat a couple of times, now draws it back. 2 on, 2 out. Klein from the stretch delivers. Swung on ground ball, left side, diving stop by Mookie Betts. He saved a run right there. He couldn't make a play on it. He had to dive hard to his right. The ball went in and out of his glove, but the Brewers could not send Contreras. That goes through. They send him with 2 outs without question. But Mookie ends up saving a run there, and the bases are loaded for Bryce Terang.
Great effort and a big play that now there's a forced play at any base, and Will Smith wants to go out and talk to Klein.
MLB scored a hit for Collins, so he's 2 for 3. And Klein knows that He cannot allow this score to get any greater than it is at this point. 5-0 Brewers. They put a 5 spot up in the first and nothing since, but now threatening again. With the bases full and 2 men out. Turang walked and scored in the first. He popped up to second in the third. And the pitch from Klein. Swung on, fouled away to the left. Strike 1. The mission here, hold them right where they are and let the guys at the top of the order start to get going as we head to the 6th after this one. Here's an 0-1 pitch. And Turang takes a fastball high. 1 ball, 1 strike. 98 on the heater from Will Klein. The Dodgers look like they're going to start scrambling the pen anyway. They're going to have to use a whole group of guys tonight. There's a line shot left field and a base hit. And they're going to try to send another runner. Conforto's throw missed the cutoff man, and it hits the runner. 2 runs come in, throw down to third, and the runner out at third. Milwaukee might look at this one, but 2 runs come in on the play. It's now 7-0. On a flare to left field with the bases loaded and 2 out from Bryce Turang.
Well, Brewers do want to look at it. Throw was there in plenty of time. We'll see about the tag. But the throw hit the runner at home plate. Will Smith scampered, got the baseball through to third.
It hit Vaughn. Andrew Vaughn coming around. The throw hits him, and then the runner Collins trying to get to third base called out, but they're looking at it back in New York.
Again, this is kind of indicative of the problem the Dodgers have now had in the last 4 games. Everybody looking up the scoreboard, we had 2 outs, runner at first base. You walk the second man of the inning, and then back-to-back base hits.
They just showed it up on the huge diamond vision in center field here. And
Betts in front of the third base back towards the home plate side, reached out to receive the ball and then had to come all the way back and make the tag. You're much faster if you let the ball come to you. It will come to you faster than you can reach out, catch it, and bring it back.
Dodger players, for the most part, heading back to their positions. They think this will be overturned.
Yep.
But it's a 2-run single either way for Bryce Turang. And both men that scored walked. So those walks by Klein turned into big runs here.
And the official score, if this holds up, the official score will also charge an error in the throw by Conforto. The throw hit the runner and allowed runners to advance.
After review, the call is overturned. The runner is safe. Milwaukee will retain.
That's the voice of James Hoy, the crew chief. First and third, 2 men out. Caleb Durbin coming up. 7-0 Milwaukee. So the scoring decision is a single with 2 runs batted in.
Yeah,
but
they've not put the error up yet, and now they are. And they have to. You have to account for how a runner got from one bag to the other, and it was on the throw that hit the runner, which is an error in the outfield.
That allowed Collins to get from second to third. So Klein pitching to Durbin. The right-handed batter takes a strike. So close to getting out of the inning. Very close.
But 2 walks in the inning, including the leadoff man. How many times we talked about? Over 30% of the time, leadoff walks. That runner comes around and scores.
0-1 pitch. Missed outside with a fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. That stuff can be the difference in a game, for sure. Walk a guy and he comes around to score, and in this case, 2 guys. 1-1 delivery. A little bit below the knees with a fastball. Looked like that caught part of the strike zone. That looked like a strike from Klein, but he didn't get the call. Two and one. 2 outs, runners out, first and third. Pitch from Klein. Swung on, hard hit ground ball toward the hole. Diving, stopped by Rojas. To his feet, throws right on target to Freeman. Oh, what a play by Miguel Rojas. Terrific diving, full extension to his left, and then having time to get up and make the play.
All right, I got a couple packs of 1986 Topps baseball cards. Let's open them up and see who's in here. I love the bubble gum. Oh my. Tom Seaver, but with a White Sox uniform on. The franchise for the Mets. I played with him in 1983, my rookie season. I was just in awe with these guys when I saw them in spring training and got a chance to play with them. Baseball cards and memories.
The fifth inning was presented by Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel. San Manuel is now Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel. Find out more at yamava.com.
Ohtani leads off the Dodgers 6th. He swings and fouls one away to the left for strike one. 7-0 Brewers. With Rick Monday, Tim Neverett with you. Dwayne McDonald, our producer engineer in the booth with us here at American Family Field in Milwaukee. Pitch to Ohtani. Curveball down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. David Vassegh not in the booth with us here on this trip. Still scared of the slide out there in left field, probably. 1-1 pitch. Ohtani fouls it straight back.
What's kind of funny is that both of us took photos of Bernie's chalet with the slide and sent them to our lovable friend.
Yeah, but not knowing the other one was doing it.
Yes.
I was down in the dugout and did it. You were up here and came back and found out we both had done the same thing. There's a 1-2 pitch. And that's outside. 2-2 to Ohtani.
And I must say, you know, David Vassegh, broken ribs and a broken wrist. Went to the hospital, was in a cast, came back and worked the game.
2-2 is low, and that's a gamer, right?
Absolutely.
Wasn't going to let a little injury or two slow him down. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Ohtani as Freddie Peralta looks for the target from Contreras. Contreras down on his left knee, holds it right out over the plate. And the pitch called, strike 3. Oh, it looked to be inside off the plate, but Sean Barber rings him up.
And Ohtani, one of the few times that we really see him demonstrate his displeasure, shaking his head no all the way back to the dugout. Turned and looked also, and Ohtani was right. That's the ball. It's off the plate.
Wow. That's the 7th strikeout. It came on a changeup that was off the plate, and a strike called to Mookie Betts. Nothing in 1. And Mookie swings, fouls it away. 95-mile-an-hour heater. 0-2 to Betts.
Well, to this point, 81 pitches, 49 strikes.
And now the 0-2. Mookie looks at a ball low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, it wasn't that low. One-two pitch from Peralta now. And Mookie swings and pops it up. Left side of the infield, back onto the grass. It's the shortstop Monasterio making the catch. Right behind the third baseman, Durbin. 2 away.
Well, one of the events, it's coming up shortly at Dodger Stadium, July 19th. You can celebrate Dodger legend Fernando Valenzuela. The Brewers will be in. First 40,000 fans in attendance will take home a special Fernando bobblehead presented by Bank of America. Come out and join us. We dearly miss him. Dodgers.com/promotions for more information.
Freddie Freeman swings at the first pitch thrown to him, fouls it off to the left. Freddie tonight 0 for 2, hit into a double play in the first inning, struck out swinging on a curveball in the fourth. 2 down, nobody on, 7-0 Brewers. And a pitch outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Freddie still fighting and trying to get back on track with the consistent swing.
Next pitch to Freeman, belted to right field. That's a base hit. So he hooked that one into right field. And Freeman aboard with a 2-out single.
Well, that's an improvement because he struck out swinging at a curveball in the fourth inning. This time he hits the curveball for the base hit.
It's Will Smith up there. Dodgers have left-handed action in the bullpen. Anthony Banda, who would come on to pitch the bottom of the 6th. It's going to be an all-hands-on-deck night for the Dodger bullpen after Yamamoto lasted just 2/3 of an inning. And what you could describe as his worst start. There's a ball inside to Will. Slider from Peralta. Well, you never know sometimes with pitchers who've had a good work week leading up to their start. Feel like they had a good bullpen. Swing and a miss by Will. 1-1 the count. And sometimes they say, I threw well in the pen ahead of the game, and get out there and it falls apart. And it goes the other way, too.
The other part, too, is when you're having the bullpen session, guess what? Nobody's hitting the baseball.
Right. 1-1. And Will fouls it off. But, you know, pitchers will say, I felt good warming up. But then sometimes you have guys that they say, I couldn't do anything in the bullpen before the game, and you get out there and they throw a one-hit shutout or something.
It's the same way with hitters. Some guys will say, I had a terrible batting practice session. And they're lights out during the game, and vice versa.
1-2 to Smith coming from Peralta. And Will lets it go low. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That's what's intriguing about this game, among many other aspects. Take all the facts and the figures and the numbers and put it in the computer, and the computer spits out. Play the game.
Here's a 2-2. And a swing and a foul a long way out of play down the right side. Yeah, you know, that's just the way it is, though. When it comes down to it, and there's a lot of useful numbers and useful computing that's done, but at the same time, when it comes down to it, it's one human against the other. 2-2 delivery. That's inside. The changeup missing. And a 3-2 count. Freeman will take off with the pitch. Vaughn not holding him on over there anymore. 3-2. And the runner goes. The pitch swung on, fisted foul back to the screen by Smith. Well, 2 strikes on Will. And when you look at what he's done in terms of getting on base with 2 strikes, he's got the best average, or the best on-base percentage, I should say, in Major League Baseball, .392 with 2 strikes. Payoff pitch once again from Peralta. And Will lines it to right field, a base hit. Freddie turns second. He's on his way to third. Will with a big turnaround first. And Smith comes up with a 2-out knock to right, and the Dodgers have runners at the corners. Six-game hitting streak now for Will Smith. Brewers getting some activity going in their bullpen. Contreras goes out to meet with Peralta on the mound just to buy a little time.
Yeah, Peralta now 94 pitches. It was just to buy some time, let Peralta take a couple of deep breaths and let the bullpen get heated up.
Left-hander Aaron Ashby starting to throw quickly for the Brewers. And the way it's gone tonight, well, let somebody else give it a try. Peralta's done a good job against these Dodgers, and the Dodgers trying to find a way to come back late. They've got a big hill to climb, down 7-0. Andy Pages at the plate. And that ball whistled in for a strike, a fastball at 99. Freeman at third, Smith at first. Peralta, third base, side of the rubber stretch, kick in the pitch. In for another strike. So Paez has taken two that have been very much in the strike zone. This is going to be the last batter if he gets Paez for Peralta. 0-2 pitch to Andy. And he'll let it go high. Andy's 6-mile-an-hour heater. His next pitch will be his 98th. 24 pitches in this inning. The most he's thrown in any inning this game. Paez trying to get Freeman home and get that 0 off the scoreboard. Smith, good lead at first, and Freddie a bigger lead at third. The 1-2 to Andy Paez from Freddie Peralta is swung on, and a comebacker to Peralta. Self-defense. He makes the stab, throws on to first to get Paez, and the Dodgers are done in the 6th. They leave 2.
You're having a knockout season, Cancer, and you were surprised to find yourself being showered in praise by your teammates in the press. You typically shy away from having the bright lights cast upon you, but it's time to celebrate all your hard-earned success. Enjoy how far you've come while staying focused on your ultimate goal of playing late into October.
Throws to first and plenty of time to get Frelick, and there are 2 down. And Contreras on his way to the plate. Well, we'll probably see Julian Fernandez in this game, a pitcher who had his contract selected from Oklahoma City today when Justin Wrobleski was optioned back. Breaking ball in for a strike on the right-handed hitting Contreras. Contreras has walked twice and scored twice. Otherwise, he's 0 for 1 with a pop up to second. Well, 1 pitch is low. And Clayton Kershaw and Jacob Mizorowski tomorrow in game 2. 1-1 pitch. Did he go around? They want an appeal at first base, and John Lipka, the umpire there, says that Contreras did indeed swing. Ball and 2 strikes to William Contreras. And Banda into the stretch quickly. He'll kick and fire one home, and it's hit up in the air, foul down the right side. The moon has made an appearance way over the right field wall. Got some interference from some clouds here at night. Sun not completely down here in Wisconsin. The lights at full effect. Pitch clock violation. It will be on Banda. Not seen nearly as many pitch timer violations this year. Pitchers have done a pretty good job adjusting. 2-2 way up and away, 3-2. When it went into effect, we weren't sure how it would really be received, but many of the pitchers have used it in the minor leagues, so it's not such a big deal anymore. 3-2 pitch, foul down the right side, that'll make the seats.
Well, originally, right after they put the rule in, there was some grumbling by pitchers. The recovery time between pitches. I think they've learned how to give themselves a little extra room here and there.
Payoff pitch to William Contreras from Anthony Banda. It's on the way, and it's swung on and popped up left side of the infield. Mookie Betts, the shortstop, under it. Right near the edge of the infield, Clay makes the catch, and the side is retired. Banda with a clean bottom of the 6th. We go to the...
Talk to me. Talk
this
to me.
is called a Crawford dog. Hamburger bun.
Yes.
2 split top Angus beef hot dogs griddled on the skillet, on the plancha. And then we do a bacon onion jam with Crawford Bock beer.
Pick it up like a burger.
Pick it up like a burger and you just go in, man.
Let's go to town. Dude. Oh, best hot dog I've ever had. Best hot dog I've ever had. I love this, man.
This is how I grew up eating hot dogs.
Biggest thing we're bringing is a brand new Tony Gwynn drop I did with his estate. So we just signed a deal at therealist.com to actually go through his entire archives, present them, and auction them off. And to announce it, we did this limited edition 1994 The Lost Season card. Because, you know, between August of 93 and May of 95, Tony Gwynn batted .406 in 162 games. So in the back, we have the stats of what could have been.
Device. LA Dodgers baseball continues on its official home.
Top of the 7th inning, Michael Conforto to lead off. Brewers a 7-0 lead over the Dodgers. And Aaron Ashby, the left-hander, on to pitch for Freddie Peralta, who is the pitcher of record on the plus side for the Brewers. If it holds up, he'll win 5 straight decisions. Conforto 1 for 2 with a double tonight. Swings and misses at the first pitch. Ashby last pitched on Friday against Miami in South Florida. Got his first win of the season. And is unscored upon in 10 of his 11 appearances this year, including 5 straight outings.
In the last 2 weeks, he struck out 40% of the batters that he's faced.
Pitch to Conforto. That bounces. That was a 57-footer. Well, maybe he's due to give one up, right? Those streaks don't last forever.
That's what the Dodgers keep telling themselves.
I know. There's a 2-1, and that's on the inside edge for a strike call.
Actually, a lot of off-speed pitches also.
Two and 2 the count. Stretch by Ashby, working the third base side of the rubber. His pitch way inside to Conforto. He says it got him on his right elbow, and it's correct. He's being sent down to first. The Brewers have an opportunity to look at this if they want to, but it might have hit his shirt sleeve.
That's all it has to do.
I think that's what it did.
Get the back part of the sleeve of the right arm. Even if you have, for example, even if you have a batting glove in your back pocket sticking out, if a baseball hits the batting glove sticking out, you take your base.
Well, his son Kim, real upward swing at a pitch down low, and he missed it. Kim tonight is 0 for 2, flying to center and struck out swinging. And now he finds himself down in the count, 0-2. Sinker right over the plate. 0-2 to Hassan Kim. Middle infield playing at double play depth. Conforto at first, nobody out. Stretched by the lefty Ashby. The pitch. That's low. Kim takes it. 1-2. Shakey's Pizza Parlor is the official pizza partner of the Dodgers audio broadcast. When it's game night, it's group night at Shakey's.com. 1-2 on the way from Ashby. And that's down the middle for a called third strike. More toward the outer half, but completely over the plate. And Kim strikes out for the second time. And the Dodgers have 1 on and 1 out for Miguel Rojas, who's 0 for 2. Ashby throwing to the right-handed hitting infielder. Curveball drops in for a strike.
Well, if the name Ashby sounds familiar, it's for good reason. He's the nephew of Andy Ashby, who pitched in the big leagues.
Swinging a little bouncer foul third base side.
Andy, mostly his career was with San Diego. and spent some time with the Dodgers.
0-2 pitch. Bounced wide of third beyond the Dodger dugout. That's foul. And the count stays 0-2 to Miguel Rojas. Struck out swinging in the third, grounded to third in the fifth. 1 out and 1 on, 7-0 Brewers in the top of the 7th inning. Pitch up high and away. 1-2. James Outman is on deck. Ashby looks at first, kicks, comes home. And Rojas slices one down the right field line. Long run for Frelick, and he gets there just before the foul line. And retreating to first base is Conforto. That's a good play by Sal Frelick. He had to run a long way to get it. Ran off the grass and onto the side warning track. Made the catch, spun around, and threw the ball back in as quick as he could.
Friends, another event coming up July 18th. That's on Friday the 18th. Ron Say, Legends of Dodger Baseball bobblehead night. Brewers are in. First 40,000 fans in attendance will take home the special Ron Say bobblehead presented by Bank of America. Come check it out. Join us, Dodgers.com/promotions.
First pitch to Outman is a strike. James 1 for 2 tonight. Pitch from Ashby, swung on and missed. No balls, 2 strikes. Outman gets a timeout. Now William Contreras, the catcher, with his bare right hand, will go out and clean the plate. That's typically the umpire's job, but he wanted to make sure it was clean for Ashby while Outman was standing outside the batter's box. Left-handed stretch, and the pitch coming from Ashby to James Outman. Here comes the 0-2. Swung on, and that's clubbed right near the Dodger dugout. Somebody might have got it. Was it Aaron Bates, assistant hitting coach? I think he had the duck to get out of the way if it didn't hit him. I think it hit him.
It got him.
Standing right next to Dalton Rushing. Rushing barely had any reaction. I'm not sure he saw that ball headed that way. But Aaron Bates got it. Looked like he got it up in the back of the right shoulder area. 0-2 pitch, and Outman watches it bounce at the plate down to second. Conforto on the wild pitch by Ashby. Now, even though the dugouts have the fences, the guys stand on the railing. They're standing above the railing, still exposed. And now Bates is down below the railing in front of the netting. So that's enough for one night. 1-2 to Outman. And James lets a curveball go low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ashby set at the belt, and the Milwaukee left-handers pitch. Curveball called strike 3. James took it. And the side is retired. Stretch time, middle of the 7th.
I'm going to go check out Food Truck Row. So, what did you guys get today?
Philly cheesesteaks.
Both of you got the same thing. Are they that good?
Oh, yeah.
Got a hot dog and some fries.
Just kind of basic ballpark.
Chicken bacon sandwich.
Uh-huh.
Philly cheesesteak.
Okay.
And some
Crinkle cut fries.
Okay, where are you guys from?
We're from Dallas.
Dallas. That's what's fun about baseball. It brings different regions together, not just the ball and glove and bat, but what we're eating.
on the mountain on the world champion LA Dodgers Audio Network.
Well, new pitcher for the Dodgers, the 35th different pitcher to work in a game this year, is Julian Fernandez. 24 appearances in AAA with Oklahoma City. Delivers a 97-mile-an-hour fastball down the middle to Jackson Chourio for a strike. His contract was selected today. Dodgers get a fresh arm in the bullpen. Swing and a little blooper behind first base. That's going to drop in fair. Oh, man, a fillet of fish to right.
Yeah, small fish at that.
And Chourio's aboard for the first time. He's 1 for 4. So the 29-year-old Fernandez was 3-0 with Oklahoma City and appeared in 24 games there as he allowed 7 runs in the Cactus League in just 2 1/3 innings. Didn't have the best spring training in terms of the A games.
Fernandez, 29 years of age. He's a big guy. 6'6", 230.
Boca Chica in the Dominican Republic. First time appearing in the big league since 2021 with the Rockies. And the pitch up high. So you know he's got to have some butterflies going. It's been a while for him. Again, 35 different pitchers. That ties the Mets for the most number of pitchers used in the majors this year. And this ball slapped to left by Yelich. It is deep, and it is gone into the Brewer bullpen. An opposite field line drive, 2-run home run for Christian Yelich. It is 9-0 Milwaukee. And that is the best drive of the game, presented by Edmunds. See how much your car is worth at Edmunds.com. Well, right from jump tonight, things went backwards for the Dodgers. 10 men batted in the bottom of the first, 5 runs scored. Yamamoto, who is looking to have a good game, had his worst start of the year, maybe of his career. Now Jake Bowers will come off the bench to pinch hit, left-handed batter for Andrew Vaughn, who homered back in the first inning. So Fernandez, his first major league action since 2021, greeted with a single and a 2-run homer. Chourio with a bloop opposite field base hit, and Yelich an opposite field line drive homer. And this pitch gets away from Will Smith. 2 balls and a strike. Bottom of the 7th, brought to you by Bank of America, the official bank of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Bowers out of Newport Beach, California. He swings and fouls it back off to our left. Well, it's games like this that might preclude more roster moves. You never know. Need to keep the arms fresh in the bullpen. They were hoping to get a break with the bullpen tonight, but probably not. This is also one of those nights where they would stay longer with Fernandez than normal, now that the score is where it is at 9-0. A swing and a foul back. It's not a game you want to see a position player, and they've seen that far too many times this year.
Bowers out of Marina High School in Huntington Beach.
Pitch swung on, and that is gloved by Fernandez. Jogs toward first, short underhand toss to Rushing. And that's the first out of the Brewers' 7th. Huntington Beach, Surf City, USA. Great dog beach down there, Mo. It is 9-0. There's Isaac Collins. Huntington Beach, nice area. Anyway, Collins takes a strike, and it's 1-1.
My favorite coaches in Huntington Beach.
Son Mike at Golden West. Strike called. 1-2 to Collins. Now the 1-2 now, and it's fouled out. What does he do during the summer?
Controls the dog beach.
Good job.
No. Very active daughter.
And a 1-2. And swung on, fouled straight back.
Well, as parents, you understand what it's like to be, well, cab driver, minibus driver, Uber driver, organizer.
1-2, little tapper back toward the mound. Fernandez gets there, long throw to first just in time to get him. So Collins is out. 1-3, and there are 2 down.
As our producer engineer Dwayne McConnell. What Daniela will find out in the coming years.
Yes. He will find out.
Yes.
This one's got this activity over here. This one's got that activity
Never
over
on the
there.
same side of town.
No. You'll go here, I'll go there. Weeknights and weekends. We're going to run all over the place.
Yep. But enjoy it because those days go way too fast.
Here's a pitch now to Bryce Turang, the second baseman. And he takes a ball. It's 2-0 to Turang. Two balls, no strikes, the pitch. And that is inside. You know, a lot of players find that out too. They get married, they start having kids, and they get to a point where they're not playing anymore. All of a sudden, they're not only the bus driver, they're the coach. And a pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. They're also the cook
and the laundry,
chief sandwich maker, and everything else. 3-1 pitch. Swung on and a hard shot toward the middle. Backhanded by Kim. Sets his feet. Sidearm toss to Rushing at first. And the side is retired. Christian Yelich, a 2-run home run. We played 7 full. Heading to the 8th. That's the
Well, this is the most famous jersey in baseball, right? The Yankee pinstripes, the interlocking NY, and the midnight navy. I was a Yankee fan growing up my whole life, die hard, and I became a free agent after 7 years with the Rockies, and I wanted to be a Yankee so bad. Putting this jersey on for a headshot for the first time, it felt different than any other shirt I'd ever put on in my career.
I was so inspired by what you were making that I want to do my own all-star ballpark bite, but I'm thinking we take some of that brisket that you make, and I'm going to do like a little slider. Got the pepper jack cheese, some American, get it going with some of the barbecue sauce that you have, that spicy, delicious one, and then caramelized onions. Make like a little sandwich. We cool?
Sound like a plan.
I think we did good.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Thank
Great.
you.
Thanks, Chef.
Dodgers. LA Dodgers baseball continues on its official home.
Facing the left-hander Ashby. Aaron Ashby's pitch. Breaking ball in there for a called strike. Ohtani bailed out on it. And it's 0-1 to Ohtani, who's 1 for 3 tonight. On an infield single back in the first inning. Overhand toss outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike to Shohei. Dodgers might look for one more start on the mound as he bangs one through the whole right side. That's a base hit. In other words, they might try to find him another date before the All-Star break to pitch. Dave Roberts was quizzed about that today, asked about the rotation already for the Giants series. And I said, are you going to try to get him one more? They didn't mention Ohtani, and he started thinking, and he said, we're going to think about that. So I think it's on his mind. Maybe he'll get some innings, 2, maybe 3 before the All-Star break. Who knows? Or maybe another 2. We don't know exactly how the ramp-up's going to go. We've been watching it, but still don't know how it's going to go. 1 ball, no strikes to Mookie Betts. And Ashby's pitch. It's way up high, 2-0. Again, this is uncharted waters, really, for the Dodgers to have a player like this who can pitch as well as he can and hit as well as he can. And second half of the season, expect him to be doing more of both. 2-0. And Mookie hits a high fly ball to right field over near the line. Playable for Sal Frelick. He'll reach up, make the catch, and Mookie Betts is 0 for 4. 1 away in the Dodger 8th. Top of the 8th inning brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa, the MVP for fun, food, and good times. Less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Morongo celebrating 20 years of good times. Dalton Rushing, his first plate appearance. He came in to play defense for Freddie Freeman. Looks at a curveball for a strike. One thing we did find out is that Wednesday, it'll not be Dustin May. He'll be pushed into the San Francisco series. Tyler Glasnow is expected to be activated and pitch Wednesday's game here. Strike call to Rushing. Another curveball, and it's 0-2. So slowly but surely, the Dodgers getting some pitching back. Emmett Sheehan back in the rotation. Stretched by Ashby, and his pitch to Rushing. Swung on, bounced foul.
Well, that rotation really set up, and with Glasnow coming back, and we don't know how long he would be able to go, which means you're going to say more exposure of the bullpen. Kershaw's going tomorrow. They figured it could be limited action, the bullpen tonight. Oops, didn't happen.
1-2, swing and a miss at a slider, and Rushing strikes out. 2 away. Third strikeout for Ashby. Will Smith is 1 for 3. 6-game hitting streak for Will. Hitting .332 overall. 12 home runs and 45 runs batted in. Pitch to Will, a strike called inside corner. Ohtani short lead at first. Hands on his knees, not going anywhere right now. And the pitch outside. 1 ball, 1 strike to Will. The last stolen base for Ohtani came in the game against the White Sox. Pitch outside, 2-1. Kershaw struck out his 3,000th. And Ohtani came in to score the winning run on a hit by Freddie Freeman in the bottom of the 9th. And largely because he stole second to get into scoring position. 2-1. That's in the dirt. 3 balls and a strike to Will. Esteury Ruiz is on deck for the Dodgers. 1 on, 2 out. 3 ball, 1 strike pitch from Ashby. Swung on, fouled away. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the Dodgers Audio Network.
The home of the world champion LA Dodgers. KLAC KYSR HD2 Los Angeles. Make us a preset on the free iHeartRadio app.
3 balls and 2 strikes to Will Smith. Ohtani will take off with the pitch. There he goes. The pitch on the way, and it's a swing and a foul back over near where Ruiz is on deck. Top of the 8th inning. 5 runs in the first, 2 in the 5th, 2 in the 7th. For the Brewers, the Dodgers just zeros across. And the pitch. Ball 4. That pitch came in low, so Will goes down to first. A little bit of an empty feeling coming into the ballpark here today for the first time. No Bob Uecker. Bob passed this offseason, and it is just not the same without him here. Nice having him come in for pregame debriefing. There's a ground ball off of the pitcher, and it's going to roll out into right field. Ohtani's going to round third and come to the plate. Smith is going to head to third. And Esteury Ruiz with a base hit gets a run home, and the Dodgers on the board. It's 9-1.
Well, they finally break open the scoring column. Ball hit back. It went off of Ashby. Yeah, but the second baseman going up the middle to ring in case it got past the pitcher. That opened up a real big gap on the right side of the infield where the ball wound up going through.
They're checking on Ashby right now on the mound, see if he's okay. In the Milwaukee radio booth that Bob Uecker had occupied for so many years, they've done some redecorating there. It's more like a shrine to Bob in there, and great to see that stuff. But certainly Bob is missed.
Well, he was everybody's friend.
Well, you always miss, when the Dodgers come in and it's before the game, and you hear the mamas and the papas, Monday, Monday, and you knew who was singing it because he was coming in to see you.
Funny man without trying to be funny.
So Bob, how you feeling? Good for a guy who's put together with used lawnmower parts, he used to say, and among many other things. Everybody's got their stories, and
coming to town, and he would personally bring over some special Bob Uecker sandwiches.
Yes, sir. Missed having those today. So back to it. Michael Conforto is up. Runners at the corners, 2 down, 9-1 the score. And Ashby back on the hill throwing home, and it's a ground ball hit toward the middle. And Monasterio's going to get to it, the shortstop, and he lobs it on to first in time to get Conforto. Dodgers get a run, 2 hits, they leave 2, and at the end of 7.5, Will be the hitter. He'll face Julian Fernandez. He'll stay in there and try to eat up this inning, so the Dodgers don't have to use anybody else in the bullpen. Siegler, left-handed batter. And 286. Looking out at the right-hander Fernandez. The pitch swung on and missed. Tonight's game is brought to you by First 5 California. 1 in 3 children are at risk of toxic stress, but there are things parents can do to help. Learn how to overcome it at first5california.com. 1 ball, 1 strike to Siegler. Fernandez set, kicks, fires, and a swing and a miss at a changeup. That might have been his best pitch of the night. Change looked pretty good. Siegler needed timeout to think that one over. Fernandez kicks and sends one home. A 1-2, swung on and missed. It was the changeup again. So he strikes out the pinch hitter, Siegler. 1 man out. First strikeout of the ball game for Julian Fernandez. Final scores: the Tigers beat the Rays 5-1. That's the only final actually that's in right now, as Monasterio, the shortstop, hits a fly ball to center field straight away, and several feet in front of the warning track is James Outman to put it away for out number 2. Diamondbacks and Padres underway in San Diego, 1-1. They're in the top of the 2nd inning. Ketel Marte for the Diamondbacks was a scratch right before that game. Not sure why, but he was not available. The Padres in action tonight, and so are the Giants. They're in the bottom of the 2nd in San Francisco against the Phillies. No score there. There's a swing and a line drive slicing foul down the third base line off the bat of Sal Frelick. And the Rockies in action in Boston, top of the 9th inning, 9-3, Red Sox leading. And the pitch fouled away to the left side.
It's another long night for the Rockies.
Another. Now if they lose, it'll be their 70th loss. Haven't made the All-Star game yet. Here's a pitch outside. It's been a tough year, and they're working on restructuring the organization.
Where do you begin? I mean, how do you? First of all, how do you analyze it?
Good question. Well, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. But what is the first step?
And the question is the first step in the correct direction?
3-2 pitch, and that is up high, ball 4, and Frelick walks. 2-out walk issued by Fernandez.
Which leads me to the question: what is the direction? What are the needs? Are the needs different in that ballpark playing half of your games? Historically, you look at the numbers, and the Rockies have hit higher average at home than on the road.
Big swing for Contreras in a miss.
I mean, by a landslide, the difference. Yep. If you look at over the years, home runs, landslide, difference. ERAs, difference.
Here's the 1-2. And a ground ball hit to second. Kim right there. Sidearm flip on to first to Rushing. And that is the inning. 8 innings in the books. Last chance for the Dodgers as we go to the top of the 9th. It's the Brewers 9.
Here we are, Arlington, Texas. This is the Graham Slam Burger. So 2 patties, brisket, caramelized onion, American cheese, ranch aioli, or ranch mayo, if you will.
Oh yeah, we're in Texas.
Yeah.
It's something that you definitely want to take a picture of and just put on the gram. I took a bite of it, but it still looks dope.
It's a burger that looks great, but also delicious.
Well, this is the most famous jersey in baseball, right? The Yankee pinstripes, the interlocking NY, and the midnight navy. I was a Yankee fan growing up my whole life, die hard, and I became a free agent after 7 years with the Rockies, and I wanted to be a Yankee so bad. Putting this jersey on for a headshot for the first time, it felt different than any other shirt I'd ever put on in my career.
Los Angeles Dodgers baseball.
There'll be days like this, there'll be days like this, my mama said.
On top of the ninth inning, it's a 9-1 Brewers lead. Son Kim will lead off, then Miguel Rojas, then James Outman. Facing a right-hander, Easton McGee, who will make his 4th appearance with the big league club this year. So a big, tall right-hander will get in there. Tonight's save of the game. Back in the 5th inning, Mookie Betts went to the edge of his range, going over to his right and smothering a baseball, saving a run. And that's brought to you by Metropolitan Water District of Southern California. Go blue, cut green. Get a rebate for removing grass. Visit bewaterwise.com. And now the home plate umpire, Sean Barber, calls the pitcher in and says, hey.
Electronic issues with the pitch count.
And they want to get another unit out there.
Well,
so
McGee towers over everybody. He's saying 6'7".
Big guy. Well, while he's fixing his PitchCom device, gives us an opportunity to tell you that the top of the 9th inning is sponsored by Cars for Kids. Ready to donate your old car? Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS right now. Friendly agents are standing by to take your donation. That's Cars with a K, to donate your car today. Son Kim 0 for 3. Flying to center in the 2nd inning, and then bookended strikeouts, one swinging, one looking. And he waits for the first pitch from Easton McGee. And that's in there for a called strike. Started him off with a fastball at 93. Dodgers will not be shut out tonight. There's a ground ball slowly hit toward the middle. Circling behind it, Bryce Terang gets it to first just in time to retire Kim, one away. So 1 down, 2 to get for Milwaukee. The Dodgers have lost 4 straight only one time this year. May 16th through the 19th. They lost 3 straight to the Angels, then lost the next one to Arizona. So they'll be repeating that feat tonight. Rojas, a swing and a miss at a fastball. One down, top of the 9th inning. Game 1 of this 3-game set. Tomorrow night, Clayton Kershaw gets the ball. And there is a swing and a foul ball down off the front of the camera well on the third base side for strike 2. Looking forward to seeing how Kershaw bounces back. And yes, Kershaw was celebrated in his last start, but his results weren't where he wanted them. But he did get his 3,000th strikeout, so he'll go for 3,001 tomorrow. And here comes the pitch. And that's outside. Funny enough, the player that he struck out for his 3,000th began the year here in Milwaukee as a Brewer and was traded over to the White Sox, and then this week was optioned to AAA. Vinny Capra was the guy. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a foul back. So remember that name if you want to just startle your friends with outstanding trivia knowledge. Vinny Capra was strikeout victim number 3,000. Skip Schumacher was strikeout victim number 1 back in May of 2008. Here's a 1-2. And strike 3 call. Just fastball down the middle, taken by Rojas. And now the Dodgers down to their final out. James Outman will get another opportunity. He's 1 for 3 tonight. Well, a rough weekend for the Dodgers. And Monday, the Dodgers have a case of the Mondays. Swing and a miss. Foul over by Ohtani. Nothing in 1 to James Outman. Outman trying to just keep the game alive for one more hitter. Ohtani's on deck. 0-1, that's low. 1 ball and 1 strike to Outman. Now a 1-1 pitch. And Outman swings, hits a ground ball to second. It is dropped by Turang, throws to first after he picked it up in time to get Outman. And the ball game is over. The Dodgers have lost 4 in a row for just the second time this year. And a real valley that they're in lately. They'll try to get out of it tomorrow. Still with a chance to win the series, but they dropped the opener here tonight, 9-1 after a 5-run first inning. As Milwaukee goes to 51-40, the Dodgers drop to 56-36. Still 20 games above 500. So 9-1 the final score. Rick and I will be back with the totals in just a moment.
When you want